enough as Dracius gets in 2 more 10-point props. Also going over, and we're seeing, I think, a little bit closer of a score here, minus the fact that the Chicken Champions haven't shot yet.
Yeah, this is pretty rough. Neither have the Llama company. The Llamas have not shot, went into the guard tower at all. You can tell because when we go to their POVs, they don't have any limbs, so they have not taken a run yet.
Yes, excuse me, I misspoke there, meaning the Chicken Champions had already shot.
Oh,
the fact that they're already
yeah,
up
so
in the second.
they're doing great.
Llama needs to press on it. The only team who really has a definitive lead right now is the Chicken Champions. Effectively, they're up 30 points on the rest of the field because Cuddle Team and Llama Record Code both have to shoot next round.
Oh boy, so if they can't secure a big lead here in the last couple of seconds, if something can't get processed, oh, the poor Burger at the very end.
Burger did not get processed. We like it, never frozen there. Brilliantly done. Doesn't find it. Great work from coming out, and Carnifex doing a great job. Round 4 will begin. It's going to be the last match, and we're going to see what the line is going to be. Who is up in the tower? Who will be able to defend? And can they hold them off? Again, it's Llama Record Co. and the Cuddle Crew up there.
Gotaga's
already up there. And you can see the Chicken Champions were able to connect, so it's all about can a Little Whip and them catch up. They need a fantastic run, and they have to do everything to deny him, and you can see right away already tunneling in on those 10-point props.
Yeah, the Cuddle Crew cannot earn points. The Chicken Champions already have the lead. They just kind of continue to press on here. Llama Records are up at their run, but it still matters. There's so much on the line for depending on each game, right? Each game is worth so much. You still want to hold your placement regardless of what. This is still a fantastic game for all the teams in the top 3 right now.
And I mean, we saw the Ravens come up huge in their last match, pushing all the way from 7th into 3rd because of clutch last-minute decision-making. Right now, Little Whips are trying to do everything they can to catch up with the Chicken Champions and not deny them. Ninja still sticking with the water heater runs, trying to get as many of those in, but the Chicken Champions are still stretching out their lead. They have a 25-point lead, which means the Little Whip Warriors have to either start fast running with the 5-point props or switch to 10-point props. They cannot catch them doing a patient 5-point strategy right now. They won't have enough time with how good the Chicken Champions have been. They have been the prop masters so far.
Yes, they have. They were doing so good, and oh no, Ninja hits a huge spike there. He's trying to dodge, and he's so close to making it through. Very, very close. Here comes a 10-pointer from Taldoc, sneaks it right in. That's great for the Little Whip Warriors. That's actually going to throw them over the Llama Record Company right there. Cuddle Crew actually is somehow up. Look, the Little Whip Warriors actually went to 2nd place now. They're so close to overthrowing the Chicken Champions as well.
It's going to come down to the last final moments. Can the Little Whip Warriors get the runs they need to? You can see Kaz is taking the corner route, trying to find whatever he can, and he's doing it very well so far. Avoiding the jump pads there. Pretty sure Ninja called those ones out on the run since he hit them on the last time. You can see they're only 20 points down. They're all on 5-point props right now. They will be able to do it, but all of a sudden, Fish Fam is right there as well. They're only 25 points up. Here comes a rotation on prop. 5 points will be coming across for the Little Whips. Fish Fam also getting it, but Cuddle Crew does finally get pushed up there. Brilliantly done. 15 points now separates them, but Ryan gets one in for the Tender Defenders, pushing it back up to 25 with only 30 seconds remaining. Rubius knows if he can get this water heater in, if he can be safe. Oh, apologies, hit it so well. He was the statue going on there, and as you can see, hits the jump pad, stays on the corner, will get it in. That's going to push them 30 points clear. But as I say that, Fish Fam catches right back up. 19 seconds left, Monster, in the final match of set 2 on Junkyard Juke. Can the last-minute scores come through? 25 points. They need a run of 10s. Kaz got in. The box is coming just behind. Fish Fam gets picked up. The Chicken Champions have done enough to round out the final match. Brilliantly done in match 2, repeat in match 3. They are the Chicken Champions. Excellently done, and they defended their crown.
That's right, and you have to give props to everyone else that managed to kind of hold a top 3 lead, especially right there in those final moments. Little Whip Warriors, the Fish Fans really coming up at the end there, you know, bumping up their prize earnings, because every round everyone's a winner, but you can earn just a little bit. You can win a little bit more.
Yeah, it was just brilliantly done there. And these are actually the creators who helped with this. Brilliantly done from them. Some fantastic gentlemen. Thank you guys all so much for your help in making this mode come to life. Some fine gentlemen up there, the creative builders, were at that game jam out there, spent hours and hours, and it really blows my mind to see what they're able to do in this creative mode. Because like, I'll go in, I'll play some stuff, yeah, I think I'm pretty good, and they're like, oh yeah, after 20 minutes I have this full game mode, here's how the scoring works, here's the barriers. I'm like,
and that's the magic of creative, right? These unlimited possibilities, really, when it comes down to coming up with these game modes. We've seen tons of fun ones obviously develop, not only for the creative kind of fun side of the community, but the comp side as well, right? There's plenty of great game modes out there.
Yeah, shout out to all the guys out there playing Storm Wars. We know you guys enjoy it, but that was a fantastic way to close out set number 2. And a brilliant, honestly, I enjoyed Junkyard Juke. It was fun to see kind of the definitive playstyles come out. Patience ended up being key, but players started finding the diagonal runs, knowing that like, hey, I'm gonna stick with the statue because this is my comfort, or like, I know on this run I can be blocked by this tree and this dumpster, and I only show myself once. But again, brilliant from the Fish Fam and Little Whip Warriors to push up and pass those guys in the last moments, pushing them into the top 4 and earning just a little bit more of that prize money.
That's right, because they want it all here at the Fortnite Creative Finals, and it's going down. So, you love to see it. We've seen a series of, I guess, different people succeeding, right? And all of these, the Chicken Champions really kind of came out.
Well, that's what, again, I love about all of this and about creative. There's so many different skills that Fortnite isn't all about one individual thing. You see these guys, and what they're doing is incredibly well. Able to execute the game plan, talk with their teammates, come up with something new, and the Chicken Champions elevated. They were clearly better than the rest at Junkyard Juke, but the question is, will that continue when we get into the Golden Games? Right now, we're going to get a chance to speak with the Chicken Champions, who's up top with Pooks. Pooks, what do you got for us?
Thank you so much, Sundown. I am down here with the Chicken Champions, who surprisingly didn't fly the coop. They put on an absolute clinic today in the creative trials. I'm here with Rubius. Now, you guys won the last game as well, so 2 in a row. You guys had a pretty great strategy. Do you want to kind of talk me through that a little bit?
Oh, what can I say? It's the power of Norway, the power of Spain, and the power of Detroit. Like, we're crushing it, and we're a chicken, so we're good at hiding. Like, we're not good at shooting and stuff, but at hiding, we're the best. The best strategy, I think, is, well, let him take the big stuff, and we are like the supports. Like, we take the small stuff, the 5 points and stuff like that, and the trick is, don't tell them anybody, but the trick is to go in the corners. Like, no one is watching the corners. It's insane.
So no one is watching the corners. I hope all of your competitors did not hear you just say that. Now, he said that you were in charge of taking the big items. Does that put a little bit more pressure on you?
No, it's good. It works good, so.
So you guys have a ton of confidence now. You have won 2 games in a row. I'm so excited to see how you all perform in the rest of the day. Going into these next games, do you have anything you're going to change, or are you going to keep things the same?
We're just going to keep things the same, stay consistent, keep well ahead, play slow. That's really it. So.
And finally, just for you there on the end, I just want to talk a little bit about, you touched on the diversity of this group. Yeah. Now, I know you guys have really not played together much before. What has that been like, coming together, playing here with your teammates from all over the world?
It's amazing. Share these moments with my team, and the next mode, it's amazing. And bueno, this parkour, I think my team is very good in parkour, and I win. We win.
You guys are so confident. I love it. Hopefully that carries on into your next games. Congratulations again, guys. Thank you so much. Sundown, back to you.
Can I send some love to Twitch chat?
Oh,
Let's go.
Twitch chat. Twitch chat. There we go. No.
It's everywhere, man. Thanks for the plug out there, El Rubius. Fantastically well done. Love to everyone all over, no matter where you're watching, whether it's Fortnite.com/watch, on Twitch, on YouTube, in client, you're loading up all that stuff. Thank you guys so much for all of this and being here. Set 2 is done. It's wrapped up, but I mean, we saw a big shift in the gameplay. We saw a lot of different changes going on, and it's going to be interesting to see what ends up converting into the Golden Games when we see a little bit of a remix on it. Not going to spoil any surprises. I know, it's fine, but I'm just curious to see who is able to then take their gameplay and enact it when you get to think on it, because you get to then process and be like, okay, we were this close. We were right there. If we had maybe like a little bit more aggressive, or like maybe if we were a little bit better on defending, or maybe one person picked a different lane, the result could have been different. And these guys have been so good at adapting to the circumstances that I have no doubt that the Chicken Champions aren't just going to comfortably sit on top.
Yeah, not only that, they gave away some strategies, so we'll see if Bala outside can, kind of break that down and see if he can give us a little more insight on everything.
Thank you so much, guys. The action is heating up. It's also heating up outside. Trying to cool off a little bit here at the Fan Festival, but awesome games of Junkyard Juke, and Chicken Champion seems to be racing away with this one. We're going to take a look at some of the moments from that last game and how they won. So here, first off, just having a good time in the front, and also maybe flexing a little bit their trophy that they may have just secured in terms of a llama. We'll find out that later. But their strategy the entire time, they said it before in the last game, they're just trying to go for the high points. They're just trying to score these, at least getting not those 2 points that Monster was advocating for. Go for the statues, go for the boilers, all those things that net you tons of points, and that's how they came out to a lead. Here it is again, them just cheering on. We have the reactions from the Chicken Champions on their win as well. Nice trophy lifts. Maybe they'll be doing that later on here. The statue using that to get above the opponent's vision, their field of view, so that they can't see, they can't hit their shots, and the reactions of the win. Just bliss as they win their second game there on Junkyard Juke. Absolutely amazing stuff, guys. I can't wait to see who's going to earn that and who's going to continue on towards their path to the Creative World Cup champions.
Thank you so much, Bala, for that in-depth analysis. Now, I know you guys want to see the standings. We want to see them as well. Unfortunately, there was a slight little hiccup. We want to make sure everything is right because this is a huge moment for all of these guys up on that stage. So while we sort that out, we're going to go to a quick break. And when we come back, we will have the standings after set 2 and then move into set 3, which is the world premiere, never before seen world run. So if you need to go do anything, go do it now. Take your bio breaks, take care of everything you need, and then we will be right back.
Hey, my name's Magma, and today I'm in New York because I qualified for week 4 of the creative trials for Godiga's map. I'm really looking forward to showing my skill set off and meeting all the players and showing everyone what I can do here. When it was first announced that there was going to be creative trials, I was really looking forward to it because it was all I did pretty much 24/7. I looked at it as an opportunity. I find after playing Battle Royale, when creative first came out and Scissors released his first death run, I just instantly sort of, took a liking to it and I enjoyed playing it. And I guess from there afterwards, when I found there was money involved with doing death runs and stuff, that sort of caught me and caught my attention and I started playing more. So with my team, my captain is Godiga. He's a French content creator, and my teammates are Chaps and Ardia. I think we can do really well at the Creative World Cup. I think our team has a good combination of the death run skills, but also the shooting and building and the good chemistry we have in the team. I think it can really make our team do well. Magma and my team, Raven's Revenge, is going to do really good in the World Cup, and we're going to smash the rest of the competition because we have the Battle Royale skills, building, death run, we have it all.
I am here in the production pit. I am in engineering row right now. I am joined by my friend Peyton, and he does the robotics. Let's talk a little bit about that. What do you do specifically here?
We have a bunch of robotic cameras around the arena that we shoot different angles from, and we're able to pick up shots of the players that are playing the game. We also do a lot of crowd shots, so we're able to shoot the audience and get some really great reacts for both the stream and for the front of house feeds that go up on the screens.
You guys heard it. If you're out in the crowd this weekend, show us some energy because Peyton is going to be looking for your reactions and you could end up on stream.
You want to play with it, see how it goes?
Of course I do. That's not even a question. I'm so into this right now. This is amazing.
I'm Scarlett. I've come from Japan. I'm happy and excited to be playing with so many players that I've seen on the internet.
私のお気に
My favorite place to drop is Fatal Fields.
そうで
If
す
I win the Fortnite World Cup, first I want to buy a house, and then I'm going to eat a lot of food.
so heavy ワールドカップ本戦
I'm definitely going to win the Fortnite World Cup, so keep cheering for me.
Hi, I'm Fortnite and I'm here to compete in the Creative World Cup. I competed in most of the trials and was really excited when they announced the bonus weeks after the original 5 were over. And I competed in the Jadith 100 level map and I had to speedrun 100 levels as quickly as I could. I really enjoyed like all the different styles of maps and death runs that there are, and I really enjoy speedrunning them and trying to get as good as time as I can. The moment I found out that I qualified, it was just insane, and I wasn't sure if I was going to before that, and it was just crazy that I am here. And Fortnite and the Sunshine Soldiers are going to win because we have 2 captains, so we're twice as good.
What is going on? We are getting some good practice here for the Fortnite World Cup Creative Finals happening very, very soon. A lot of first thoughts, first looks at the Sky Station Showdown, which is an incredible map.
It was a great map. I mean, it mixes a huge new element into the game. You know, you got to protect the person with a sword, capture the objective, but my team, great teamwork, and, you know, we kind of pulled through at the end there. It was awesome.
1000%. You know, so being able to kind of get your hands on the map, you know, before obviously the big moment.
Practicing, it's nice.
It's huge. It's huge. And so, like you said a second ago, this is a brand new way of viewing Fortnite and playing Fortnite, which is incredible.
Exactly. It's super exciting. See what people come up with, and then also turning it into a competitive aspect and put it in the game and make this.
In general, concerns maybe about strategy. I don't know.
You know, I think we won, so we know the strategy.
All right, listen, this is practice still. We've got the big moment coming up very soon, but do you want to shout out your team real quick?
Yeah, no, we've got some speedrunners in our midst, actually. We've got Tyler, we've got Zand, and Suzu. They are all speedrunners of death runs. And as you know, later in the Creative Cup, there's going to be a death run involved level, so we're going to take that one home, too. Inspired
by the creative man, Scissors himself has made many a streamer, many a content creator very angry with a death run, myself included. Great job with the practice round. We'll see you very soon.
I'm excited. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fortnite World Cup Finals. We are here in day number 1 where the creative finals are going down. The stadium is jam-packed with fans from around the world who have traveled here not only to watch us crown World Cup Creative Finals champions, but also solo and duo champions as well. I'm Zeke, this guy right here is Bala, and we're getting ready to hop back into all of the action. Now, I think, you know, we've seen a little bit of the first 2 game modes. You know, we got to see a little bit of the Sky Station Showdown. We got to see a little bit of that Junkyard Juke, but there's actually something that Sundown teased, and that is the World Run.
Yep. The World Run coming up next. It is an awesome, you know, it's something that I think a lot of these players are used to.
Yeah.
And I think they'll be very, very comfortable here. We'll have to see whether the challenge of the obstacle course will be, you know, anything that these guys can balk at, or if they're going to be able to just cruise through it. We'll see. It's going to be fun, though.
Well, it's going to be really interesting, right? A lot of these players are very familiar with death runs, and it's very, like, mechanical, right?
Yep.
If you know how to execute, you can get through these obstacles, but you have to kind of get your eyes on them first, figure out how they work, and then make it through. So I think it's going to be very interesting, very fun for everyone here, and all the players as well. I'm hoping to see someone make it to the end. I don't know that anyone will, though. We'll see.
30 coins, and from what we've seen in practice between us and other people, it's very difficult, so we'll see. We'll hop into the overview and stuff like that later, but just to give like some examples of the things that there are, there's, you know, the trap, trying to trigger them, making sure you move. Impulse grenades are in play in this. There's some lava, all sorts of treacherous things you have to get across in this world run.
A lot of Neo jumps as well. And again, massive shout out to the 17 content creators that helped put these maps together. Mad props to you. You know, their hard work is being shown here on the stage. And these guys are at home, here, of course, playing it as well. In case, you guys forgot, I'm Zeke. This guy right here is Bala. We're getting ready to jump into these next few matches. We'll get you guys up to speed with all the format and all those things. You kind of tease it, but we'll get there in just a moment. And very quickly, the Chicken Champions were actually the winners for set number 2, Junkyard Juke. Let's take a look at them right now. They were overall victorious of that last set, and there you go. The Tender Defender is there in person to congratulate them, Bala. Rubius and his team, they worked hard for it, and they're the victors.
Yeah, and warming up for the next run, but they know now they earned the Silver Llama for that set, so it's 1-1. Woo! Chicken Champions earning their Silver Llama right now. They're surprised because they were getting ready, but here it is.
Rubius is like, wait, do I actually get that? Is that actually mine? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, they are the current set winners. They have a Silver Llama for themselves. So that's now 2 different teams that have a Silver Llama. With only a few set matches left to go, I believe, if the Chicken Champions can secure themselves a second Llama, that would be huge for them and their team, but we'll have to see how things go for them.
And the timing of the Silver Llama couldn't come earlier because they're about to hop in. This is definitely a booster for them in terms of their emotions, in terms of their confidence going into the world run, because it is precise, it is difficult. You have to make sure that you hit it, otherwise you're wasting time. It's going to be a race between these guys to get as far in as possible, so that confidence boost is going to help dramatically in this last normal set here.
Yeah, for sure, and it is actually a race, the world run. It is similar to a death run with a bunch of obstacles. Let's go ahead and talk about that and everything that surrounds it. So there's actually 30 coins in the map. Whichever team gets all 30, the fastest or as many as possible until time runs out will be the victor for that round set. Like I said, these are insanely difficult obstacles. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be forthcoming. I'm going to be vulnerable with you, the Fortnite fan. Listen. The farthest I got was 14.
It's not bad.
Okay. It's actually really difficult, and I'm by no means a death runner. By no means.
These guys are the best of the best.
These guys are going to fly.
In terms of death runner, in terms of this map specifically, it's going to be absolutely awesome. We're going to go ahead and take a look at some of those obstacles right now. So go ahead.
We're going around the world in this new creative team, Death Run. In this challenging new creative game, 8 teams of 4, led by some of your favorite content creators from around the world, will compete to collect all the coins in their lane faster than everyone else. The first team to collect all coins in their lane wins. If they don't finish, the number of coins they collect will determine their placement. If a player is eliminated, they'll respawn at their most recent checkpoint. Any team member can grab a coin for their team, so players will have to work strategically to gather all of the coins before the 10-minute timer runs out. It might sound simple, but it ain't easy. Players have no mats and limited items they can pick up along the way. Each team will have to use teamwork, communication, smarts, and speed to make it to the top of the leaderboard and take home their piece of the $3 million creative prize pool. Ready, set, run.
Zeke, I do not know how you just did that while you were here. That did not sound like you here at all, and I didn't see your mouth move.
I'm magic. That's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. But yeah, World Run, you got a little bit of sneak peek there. We're getting ready to hop into these games right now. Speaking of which, let's just go ahead and do that. I think this is going to be very, very fun. We are getting ready. If you guys here in the stadium are ready and excited, let these teams hear it. Let's hear you right now. Man, that's so weak. No. Okay, let's pretend the first one never happened. Like I was saying, if you guys want to let these teams know how you're feeling, let them hear it. Yeah, that's what I like to see. And now the game begins. Here we go, the world premiere of the World Run.
See how they do out of the gates. They are open now, and it's all up to these guys to start hitting their first jumps, and people are falling left and right. A couple of first coins are taken, and everybody seems to be off to a hot start. This is really like off to the races here.
Man, Forturtle and Zand are already flying through these first set of challenges. Again, you know, these are the very, very top of the best of the best of the creative world, right? They've worked all 8 qualifier weeks long. They've made it through with their team captains, and now they're here So once they figure out these obstacles, be prepared to watch them fly through them.
And the first couple are relatively simple. Here's the double doors. I think are probably the first one that you have to kind of know or see it in advance. And then here, the impulse jump into the tire, into the castle, and 3 players have already made it all the way there. It's neck and neck between most teams right now, 10-8.
Bro, I'm so mad. Do you understand? I literally had to play this to completion, all 12-minute rounds, 4 times to make it halfway, which this is the castle. And these guys got it in like 3 minutes. I'm upset.
Oh, this is why they're the World Cup creative players and you are not. You're here casting.
That's cool. I'll hold that L, I suppose. I'll hold that for sure. So there's a few challenges here in the castle here, Bala. But as you saw there, Karora actually took a little peek at it. There's these little bumpers, and that'll actually send you upward into the next, basically, tier. So the most optimal strategy here is actually to leave two of your teammates behind, send 2 up to try and gather more coins faster. Because otherwise, you're just going to dedicate too much time, and you really want to maximize your time in this world run.
And there's definitely a couple coins that you definitely want to get as fast as possible. Get the half slot. Right now, nobody seems to have figured it out just yet, at least in the view that we're watching. But meanwhile, the Fish Fam and the Sunshine Soldiers are up to 13 now, but still neck and neck. I believe all teams are now inside of the castle, and we call this basically the first kind of tier of the difficulty for these obstacles. As they move up and go past this, they will become progressively harder.
Yeah, and again, this is the first time these creative players, qualifiers, have seen the world run. They've never seen it before. They have just, you know, they are mad. Their skills are insane. And look at this, Taldek's already up on the next tier. So he's probably telling his teammates, all right, look, up here, I just use this bumper. What do I have to do? So he's already trying to figure it out. I like it. That's not me. The moment I hit that pad, I was like, I guess I just keep moving forward, and I kept running.
I love this experimentation. He's actually also communicating back to his teammate at the same time, because he went over that bumper and he's looking, do I have an opportunity to go back here, or is this it? Do I have to go forward? Just like you were alluding to before. And now he decides, okay, he tells exactly what's going on.
About that last jump there is those little directional pads will give you forward momentum, but in jumping you lose some of it. So you actually have to make it in a straight run. There you have to trigger the trap, get the impulse to make that precise jump, land on the other side, trigger the trap in one fail swoop, while also taking a step back to keep yourself safe. Now there is a little few secret ways to kind of trigger certain traps or get around certain obstacles. We'll have to see if these players discover them, but like you said, man, Svenos is destroying the game right now.
Just unbelievable, and this isn't even a team that qualified from a death run or elimination run or even a speed run. They qualified from a survival map, and he's doing things like this. He is leading the pack. There's a Fish Fam up ahead of him, though.
Yep.
They're not hitting this just yet. This is so precise. You have to change the altitude. Is he going to hit it? No. Second try. Here's Suzo.
Here we go. First jump. Now this is the impulse. You want to send you a little bit forward. Now this is one where you want to get height. You got to throw it, try to get on top of it.
No! Just barely, Suzo. And he's at 21 points right now in third in terms of coins. And it's all up to timing, I think. Zeke, we might see this end in the first match here. In the first round, they might end up completing everything because they still got 5 minutes to go.
Well, we'll see, Bala, because here's the thing. That obstacle there is called the ice jump, but this next one that Turtle is at, we call this the double danger. Let's just look at this real fast. This is really tricky.
He already knows.
He's already downloaded. He already knows what must be done. So you actually have to double hop, double bunny hop, land on the edge, take a step back, trigger the trap without being eliminated, right? Then you can walk up this small ramp. Then, depending on how you want to go about it, you can just go forward. Yes. He actually makes... Okay, I'm upset.
Third try.
I'm leaving. I'm done.
Turtle.
And he gets the coin in one swoop. Oh, my.
But one thing, we have to look at the scores right now. 5 minutes to go. Fish Fam is at 26. They only have 4 coins remaining. But everybody else is starting to fall behind. We're starting to see the Fish Fam come way out above here of the rest of them. That's because they probably have the majority of their players through. The majority of the players are collecting those coins. There's Turtle. He makes it through the double danger, collects the coin. Now, what do you do from here? They get up.
This guy is absolutely insane.
There it is.
And you know, for Turtle, it's funny because he's just excited about being here, able to compete on the stage in front of like thousands of people and all of his peers. And bro, he is just slaying it right now. Oh, you gotta be careful. Okay, all right, yep. Everything's fine. Now you gotta make the jump. You got the one hop. You gotta be careful.
That is...
Gotcha!
That
Get
is
in trap,
difficult.
baby!
That is the first time I've seen that. I've seen the theory. I mean, I've heard it theorized, but I haven't seen that yet. But Fish Fam, I was wondering, it's Scissors and company. 26 points. They're not at the same point that the Sunshine Soldiers are at, but they're at 26 total, the entire team. They have clearly synergized with Scissors here, but looks to be that even the Ravens Revenge are stuck at 26, so this might be a difficult one to get past.
Yeah, this one, so the tricky bit about this one is there's actually no checkpoint in between here and where you need to get to. That's what makes the double danger, that double dangerousness. 26 points across, and there's only about 3 minutes left, so these guys really have to focus up, try to get through. Now the key thing going forward is, again, this is a test of speed, right? So a lot of these players are seeing the traps, they're making it through, memorizing kind of what they have to be doing to make it through these obstacles. Dan's already through. And that means when they get to come through next time, it's going to be that much faster, right? They're going to be just tearing through all of these obstacles like they're nothing. Hand of Blood, Lachlan, here we go.
Two
Does Lachlan
team captains.
Oh,
hey, this is important too, because they still have coins to earn on their own.
Right.
They're you know, they're all the way in the back. They're not earning the coins. They're not helping their team out in front, trying to figure out the obstacles. But two captains back there. Ooh.
Okay. All right. Trigger the other one. Yes. All right. Land on it. Trigger that one. Dude.
Is he gonna get it? Nice dodge. Ooh. This is insane right now, and there's the second player to make it through for Turtle. Into the door, no!
Nope, and look, you drop back down. So that's the challenging part. We call this thread the needle, right? You have to make it in one go. This is extremely difficult, and this is where a lot of these players are gonna get caught up, but Turtle is a legend. Look at how methodical he is. He's insane. Look at these the precision jumps, man.
He's not going to miss this ever again, because he already knows that trap, unfortunately, was timed at the wrong time for Clytax, but he's up above. Let's see what he can do here, going to try and attempt this again. Trap above. When he lands on that, he has to jump at the right moment, then slow himself down for Turtle from up above. Still back. Nobody has passed this point just yet.
All right, first trap, second trap. Hop across, take a step back.
Nice.
Jump across, take another step back. Okay. He was trying to be a little greedy there. I respect it. You know, you sometimes just want to land on that without having to kind of hop back out and kind of just risking that. So it's good that, you know, well, it's not good. It's bad that he messed it up, but it's okay. This is Turtle. He's an MVP. We're watching him.
This is crazy that it comes down to this. There's a minute and 30 seconds about to figure this out. He got up here before, and he didn't make it through the door. He's not going to make it again. Unfortunately, everybody is hard stuck at 27 coins with 1 minute left. I believe whoever is going to be the first to make it through here might find themselves the first winners on the world run. 1 minute left.
You got to be thinking, are they saying Raven's Revenge? Wait, they just got the 28th coin. They might be through Thread the Needle. Next up would be, I believe, bump jumps.
Did get through. We saw the end results up there. Made it through the door.
Okay. Yeah. Ooh, nice catching yourself. All right, you got to trigger the trap.
That boost pad on the side. It's just disappointment and frustration in his face. Ooh. If he wants to secure this, he needs to try to get one more coin in the next 30 seconds, because I think Fort Turtle is going to be able to catch up. Here's the jump.
Right. This is the first time we're going to see 25 seconds. Okay. So this is where you risk it all, man. This is a leap of faith. Watch these precision jumps. We've got 18 seconds left on. So these are these Neo jumps, right? You jump out and around, keeping that momentum.
10 seconds left here. 1 coin remaining for the Ravens Revenge to find. He just got to get around that corner. I don't know if he's going to be able to climb these staircases just now. No, he's given up. He says no. Everybody else is left in the dust. Ravens Revenge take the first world run with 29 coins. Not quite finishing the map, but I believe next time they might.
And these legendary birds of the sky, they made it all the way up there, man. They were on the leap of faith, that last little section there. They had 29 points, and if they had made it up, especially if they made even just 2 people up there, they could have been kind of starting a rotation, right? You jump first, see how far you can make, I will follow. But the big key for them is now they know what every single relay is, right? So going into this next round, they can say, we know what we have to do. Don't forget, make this precision jump here, do these little things to try and get through. And that could prove to be a very good advantage for them.
Yeah, and they don't have the silver llama yet. They don't have anything in terms of llama, so this is important. Any of those teams that don't have a llama right now, they need to earn it if they want to be in contention towards those golden games. Of course, every match matters, Zeke. They are earning prizes every single match.
And that's got to feel good, right? To have a stellar game here to get some of that prize pool for yourself and your team. That's huge, right? Like, so much respect to these. Also, Turtle, what the heck? What is this kid on?
Yeah. Ridiculous. He was one of the first to achieve every single obstacle every single time. Finally, he got stuck on that one at the end. I don't know what you were calling it. It was a nice twist of the tongue, but just amazing there from Turtle to be the first every single time and then getting overtaken at the end. But, you know, next time, he knows it now. He's probably going to be the fastest to get ahead of everybody because he knows it all now. And you saw how mechanically good he was once he figured out the obstacle. So I think all signs are pointing towards another Turtle performance like that.
I mean, like you said, he's downloaded it all, right? He's got it up here, and now just put it down on paper. I mean, again, though, Raven's Revenge have got a little bit of that that advantage, right? They've seen the other plays. I think the big thing, though, is trying to get more of your teammates through to the challenges, right? Like, it's very difficult to try and get more, you know, in one fell swoop, Raven pun. But if you can make it even just that second person, like the moment you start to miss a jump, you're like, all right, I'm going to be eliminated, just go forward. And maybe that person sees where you went wrong and is like, okay, I can make the jump, and then they go forward, right? And then you're just kind of constantly walking through, getting more coins, and getting where you need to be.
Yeah, and there was also an aspect of covering for others as they made it through, especially as that castle point happened. We saw Lachlan and Hand of Blood, the two team captains, all the way back in the back, but their teams were still up there because they were covering for them, they were getting those coins. But next time, they definitely need to be trying to make the effort to get all the way through and collect those coins as time progresses.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I think what would be only fitting is to hear from one of these teams. Specifically, I want to hone in on the Cuddle crew. We've got none other than Monsters standing by with them to hear their thoughts.
What happened here? Okay, yeah.
All right, so here we have it, Lachlan. I know, I've heard from the grapevine, these guys and yourself actually qualified for the creative finals through a death run, and boy, oh boy, I just gotta know what happened here. How did this translate? This is a death run. What happened, Lachlan?
Look, the qualifying map was a bit of a puzzle death run, so you know they had time to work with it. It was our first attempt running through, so it was a bit rough. I don't know if you guys caught me sitting on like an impulse level for like 10 minutes, but that was fun. So we're not gonna do that this time. Clytak's over here. He's our designated carry, so hopefully you can carry us harder in the next round, and yeah.
I hear that. So now I gotta come this way. Lachlan is dependent on you guys. What was going on? Was the death run, did it catch you by surprise, or was it just certain tricky moments that kind of choked you up and had you hung up there?
Yeah, I was a bit confused in the castle because I didn't know where to go, and then the impulse jump to the at the beginning it just messed me up a bit. And at the end, I didn't know where to go. It's just a bit confusing.
And I have one more question here. So you guys have not seen the death run prior to this. Do you think that kind of held you back? And if you have another run at it, which you will, do you guys think that second time around you'll kind of have the strategies down packed? And I'm going to come down here with this.
Yeah, I think that the first time around is always the hardest because, you know, you're kind of going into this environment, you don't know where to go, but the second time around, I think we'll be a little bit stronger and hopefully we get better time.
Absolutely, I bet it. So once again, this is the creative finals here. You guys, like I said, Lachlan pulled through with the puzzle death runs, but just showing the difference here. So we're gonna send it back up to you guys at the desk. And again, thank you.
You know, Lachlan, you are good at many things, but apparently you're showing the world you're not the great at impulses. But it's okay, you're gonna have another shot and showing them that the original thought we had is wrong, because I know you can do this. I know you can. We had a chance to talk earlier, and you're like, bro, I'm the best. And I was like, I know that. Show everyone that. You just got to show them, Bala.
You know what else we're going to show them? We're going to show them the standings after that first game in this set right now. Who ended up where in terms of the prizing and where they are on their journey to the llama at the end of the set. So it's Raven's Revenge, obviously, in first. They earned themselves $55,000 and that much closer to the silver llama.
That's right, but don't forget, Funky Fighters and the Chicken Champions both have those silver llamas. That is going to be a massive determining factor in going forward. You know, if you're Raven's Revenge, you are absolutely looking to try and snag that silver llama if possible, because that's going to put you in contention, right? Then you have to set your eyes on the gold llama for the tiebreakers. But all in all, to be able to kind of come through and win that prize money for you and your team is massive. They have confidence, right? And again, I think the only other team that stands right in their way right now is Fortturtle. This guy is a maniac. He's showing us that he is. Let's see if that happens here in game number 2.
Just fell short, but Fortturtle showed us all what he was made for, and I think we're getting ready to go into the match. As all the players are loading up right now, there's the Fish Fam, Scissors and company. They're all about to start. The gates are about to open. Guys, let's hear it for them.
Ah, there you guys are. You're paying attention. I respect it. Here we go. 10 minutes. Countdown has begun. The gates are open. And now here we go. Fusey is first out of the gate, immediately just flying. You can see this is completely different than before, right? Before, people were kind of taking their time. Hey, what's this? I can't see where this ledge, what's going here? Let's sit here and inspect everything. That's not the case now. Everyone is just flying through these obstacles.
Yeah, a couple of these guys have not gone down yet. Here's Magma making his way through with the Ravens Revenge. This was the team that came out on top and was the player that led them all the way up to those treacherous stairway that we saw at the end there. Almost getting up around the corners. And here it looks like we are almost to the castle for Fortturtle. And this is the player we were talking about so much, Zeke.
That's right, man. A legend in every way of the word. Stewart almost making the jump for the Sunshine Soldiers as well. Unfortunately not. So this is this trap, this obstacle, very precise jump. You actually have to impulse a very specific way, at a specific angle, at a specific distance away from you to make it all in one jump. You can also, I hope they're not listening, but you can turn around and actually impulse backwards, right? So you face away from the tires and impulse yourself backward while jumping. Again, even doing that though, very precise. You know, you have to make sure you're doing this in one go. Look, Hyozi's already here. He's already trying to collect the coins.
Already towards the half pipes in the castle. Wonder if he already triggered all the traps down below and grabbed that coin, or if he's leaving that for another teammate. Gonna grab that coin perfectly. Nice job by Hyozi. Now he's moving up even further. No, he's gonna go back to get those traps.
He made it. There you go, Suzu. Nice. All right, trigger the trap, take a step back, impulse forward.
He's already through the castle.
Shallow.
I mean, look. Through the castle.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. So don't forget, the castle is open. So once you do make it to that halfway mark, you can just send someone forward, right? Like even if you're the first one and you're really confident, you can say, hey, Bala, I know you made it first. Just go up to the next round. I'm gonna stay behind. I'm gonna pick up the coins, right? So quite a bit of teamwork going into this. But look along the way, man. These jumps are crazy. Suzu, what are you? Okay, what a legend.
Yeah.
What a legend.
Showing everybody that he can hang. He's led on the team of Scissors with Fish Fam. We saw them far in the prizing, 18 points right now. They're leading the way, but no, it's actually Fortturtle again. Already towards these varying distance impulse jumps. And is he gonna first shot it? No, not exactly. But you know he's gonna hit it on the next time.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, you know, this is kind of one of those things. The more that you do this, the easier it is the next time around, right? Once it's like, you throw it here, you're like, nope, that's not correct. This might be it. Okay, closer. I like it. Will he make it on the third jump? Don't forget, though, we got the Funky Fighters at 20 coins. We've got Fish Fam at 20 coins. Sunshine Soldiers that need to try and pick it up. Here we go. Nice, but get across.
There it is.
Nice.
Perfect play from Fortturtle. Now towards the lava jump and what you were dubbing as double danger. Is he gonna first shot? Does dodge the traps.
Okay.
This is from where he went last time. Gets the coin. He's gonna double back.
First try.
Oh my goodness. He went through those. I would have gotten scared there, but no. Fortturtle knows exactly what he's doing. Gonna get all the coins in first try on the double danger, but doesn't make it through, so he has to still complete it. And Suzu and Sand, meanwhile, from Fish Fam, are taking the lead.
And that's what I kind of talked about, right? Trying to send two through. If you and your duo partner can make it through these jumps and get there, then you can start watching, right? Because like you as a player, you go to do it, you mess up and you're eliminating, you're like, what happened? What exactly did I do? You kind of go back and then kind of relive that moment. Not here, right?
This is the moment that they were all stuck on for so long. Suzu knows it now. He's not going to hit the first time. Zand also attempted it at the same time. Not going to work out just yet. Here, they're going to give themselves the opportunity. Suzu trying again. Triggers 2. The third, yes. The jump.
All right,
Yes!
nice. Oh, and Zand! He was worried there that he might have pushed
the door
him off.
Not sure if he made it. I don't see him falling down. Yes, he did make the doorway, and now he's back towards this thing where he has to go under at the same time as triggering the trap. He does it. He's back to the stairs. The Fish Fam only need one more coin, and they're about to do it in 5 minutes. It is so fast here. The last time we got here, it was 1 minute and 30 seconds. So one more coin for him to complete the map. He makes it farther than any player has yet so far.
Where's the next pad? He actually found it first try. I don't believe it. No, that was not where you gotta go. You gotta go back inward. It's okay though. He's gonna get another shot. Man, that was very impressive. Honestly, I would have been like, where am I supposed to go? But that's why this is called the leap of faith. You've got to jump around that corner and hope that something will be there to catch you.
Faith he has. And with 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go, not a single person, not a single soul in vision. He's going to have plenty of time to work with. We'll see if the Ravens' Revenge can repeat and get back to where they were, but it looks like Sand is also going to join as well, but no, he falls just before. Yes, Tyler too. So the Fish Fam is coming through in big numbers at this last leap of faith.
And you know what could be huge here for Fish Fam? If they can make it through the leap of faith and they can actually get this coin, they're going to stop the timer, right? So less time that everyone else kind of has around to observe what's going on and try to get this practice in, the better. Here we go, nice. All right, you got to jump in and out and around, out and around. Yes, use the wall, okay. All right, yeah, look around. Uh-huh, yes. All right, okay. All right, here we go, wait.
It. Last jump, and he needs to hit the coin. This is going to be it. Just barely missed there. Finally hits the bouncer and he's gone. There it is. The first players to complete the world run in 5 minutes and 52 seconds. An unbelievable time compared to what we saw last time. But still, the remaining teams have to battle it out. Back to the Ravens' Revenge. They're still on the double danger. And they are going to get through. He has to hit the door, though. Oh, he almost fell all the way back down. Here
we go.
Not finding the speed, not finding the bounce there.
Threading the needle. Oh, you hate to see it. Now, don't forget, remember, Ravens Revenge was the first team from last round. They made it here, and they're already kind of right back where they need to be. You got the Soldiers also going for the leap of faith, but look at how many coins they have, right? In theory, they should be at 29. This should be the last coin that they need to pick up. But someone hasn't picked up points. Now, where? I'm not sure. But that could make or break their performance right here.
That absolutely could. We know Sunshine Soldiers had a great performance last game. Fort Turtle has completed the map. If you see him up there, he's just watching on down. But the Ravens' Revenge seem to have completed just a little bit more. Everybody now, I think, going to be trying to attempt these last couple of jumps. And they must try to complete the match. But important to note is the Ravens' Revenge in second place right now. They need one more coin as well. That puts them in a huge advantage for that Silver Llama when we go into the third game. What just happened there with Stewart? He just climbed to the top with the tires.
That's right, the secret tires. See, these are little things you discover as you're... Oh, it's okay, Stewart, don't worry. Take a deep breath, line it back up. You got this. 2 minutes left on the clock, Bala.
Taga all the way in the back. He's catching up with his team. He's going to hit that. Can he hit the last one? He lost a little bit of speed, but he does. So he's joining up. Maybe he can collect any coin that he missed. No, it's actually going to be Arthur up here. He's got to finish the leap of faith as well. So number of teams here.
Man, you got to think, if you're everyone else, you've already seen the Fish Fam stop that timer at 5:52, right? Just under 6 minutes. So you're thinking, we have to go. We have to be hitting these jumps, and that's just applying more pressure, right? Especially with a crowd here roaring as well. You know, there's all this pressure on the line. Nice jumps here. All right, keep looking around. Yeah, you see it right there. Bounce off the wall, out and around. Oh!
So difficult. So challenging. He's learning the reasons why right now. He's going to continue to get more attempts. Meanwhile, the Funky Fighters have gotten their last coin up to the final one. Kuto being the player who gets there. He's on the leap of faith as well, so it's just head-to-head against these two. And this is very important for Funky Fighters. They need to stop Ravens' Revenge. If anything else, getting second obviously important, but also because it's head-to-head against Ravens' Revenge, this is such a meaningful final jump.
And I mean, don't forget, they were the winners of that first round, so they already have points built up from that. If they could secure this last coin, that could be massive heading into the standings. But again, we've just got about 50 seconds left here. You can just tell they're just trying to hit these jumps with everything they can.
Okay, Kuto,
right,
a little bit further than we saw him last time. He's got to make the
Yeah, this is the one you have to go
out
and right? There
okay,
you go.
now the bounce off the wall.
Okay.
Looking exactly, seeing if there's any more opportunities. He makes it. Okay, this could be clutch.
Bounce.
This could be clutch here from Kuto. Just gets to the top here, and then he needs the bounce pad. Yes, perfect. Just the coin now. He gets it.
There it is.
9 minutes and 23 seconds ahead of the Ravens' Revenge. Still time on the clock, though, for the Ravens' Revenge to collect that last one. And what's impressive, too, is that 2 players have actually completed 4. The players up above, but now the rest of them, 1 second remaining. It's still going to be the Fish Fam, 5 minutes and 52 seconds, who take that one. That second map of the world run is down and done.
Man, mad props to the Fish Fam. They did it in almost under 5 minutes, right? They came out at that 5:25 mark, 5.5 minutes. Now, Funky were right behind them. A little longer, right, at that 9:23 mark, but still, they got all 30 coins. If we have to go to tiebreakers, these 2 teams have 1 more coin than everyone else up at that 29 mark. So that could very well make a big difference heading into tiebreakers. But again, Fish Fam, way to show up. I respect it.
It's crazy, the improvement from game 1 into game 2.
Yeah.
It's just awesome. Ravens' Revenge obviously in the first match coming out ahead, but Fish Fam clearly improving all across the board. And it wasn't just one person. It felt like it was the entire team, because that time was unbelievable. That's going to be hard to beat.
Yeah, we'll have to see who else can do it. Again, you know, Ravens' Revenge had a fantastic showing. Funky Fighters showed up there at the last moment, and then obviously the Fish Fam. But don't forget, you still got players like Fortnite over on Sunshine Soldiers. Everyone, all of these teams have someone that's going to get them very, very far, right? We've seen that. But now the question is, heading into this next match, what does that mean? Fish Fam have already completed it. Funky have already completed it. Raven have gotten close. Does that mean we're gonna see another 5-minute timer? Could we see it even faster?
Good question. And what Ravens' Revenge needs to figure out how to end the match, because if they don't, then they won't be able to get ahead. They won't be able to close out, especially as other teams go ahead. Fish Fam knows how to complete it. They've proven that they can complete it, and Funky Fighters as well.
Yeah, for sure. Well, for now, let's send it over to the stage where Pookie is standing by with the Fish Fam. And Pookie, real quick, ask them what their favorite fish stick is.
You know, can't always make it all about you, but I am down here with the Fish Fam. It is, dare I say, official. They're the first team to take a victory in the death run. I'm going to start here with Suzu. So you were the one that essentially clutched that victory for your team. How did that feel?
It felt great. Like, at first, I choked the bouncer, and I thought I choked the level as well. But then I figured it out, and I picked up the coin. I was like, wait, this is it? Let's go, baby.
It definitely looked like you were in a little bit of a precarious situation there for just a second. Was your team coaching and helping you that whole time?
Yeah, they kept track of the coins that we picked up. They kept motivating me, like, you got this, this is easy, we got this, we got it in the pocket and stuff. So yeah, that felt great.
Awesome. Now, I'm going to come over to you, Scissors. We all know you are the veteran of death runs. You have been doing this from the very beginning. It must be an absolute honor to be here on the stage today competing, being able to help these guys out, pulling through to a victory. Are you going to continue the strategy going into the next game?
We've got the strategy on lock, and obviously it's awesome, you know, helping these guys, but they're helping me win. They're the real speedrunners.
Well, I mean, it is a team effort at the end of the day. All of you have picked up coins. Sand, I'm just going to go over here and talk to you really quickly. Now, I mean, this Creative Cup, what does this mean to you as, you know, a creative champion?
I mean, I'm not a champion yet, but maybe, yeah.
Maybe one day. Well, thank you guys so much for staying here, hanging out with me. Best of luck in the next run. Zeke, back to you guys.
Look at that, the Fish Fam ready to go back in. They're already getting their heads back in the game. Also, great pun, Pookie. Also, I'm upset with you that you think this is all about me. What is wrong with you? All right, though, anyway, What kind of takeaways do you think these players can make heading into the next game?
Well, the takeaway that I take out from that is that they were all supportive. The interview, they said they were supporting each other, keeping track of the coins, and pushing their Suzu ahead, making sure that they're encouraging him. But for everybody else, I think the takeaway is, how do we beat that leap of faith?
Yeah.
That's the one that everybody's gotten stuck on. They've wasted a little bit of time at the double danger, but the leap of faith is really where everybody needs to close out, especially the Ravens' revenge if they want to get that silver llama.
Well, we'll have to see how things unfold for them. Very quickly, though, let's take a little break here. Let's send it down to Cam for his insight. Sundown, what you got?
And Bala, and we're gonna take a look at some of the kind of strategy that goes into it. But first, all of these competitors who are here, who are competing in this world run, have had an opportunity to get there. It's been incredibly stressful. There's a certain amount of kind of mental edge you need to get through it. So let's kind of take a look in and how these competitors prepare for what was a world premiere and first appearance ever. Let's take a listen in and how these guys are talking and getting ready for the match. Just absolutely amazing there. You can tell Ninja and then the trendsetter right there throwing the peelies in the air, but also a big shout out to whoever that was on the Llama Record Co. I saw you there hitting the Llama Bell. I got you. But now let's get into some of what happened during the World Run, some of the kind of cooler straightaways and, you know, some of the tough challenges that you face. So first, right away, here's a run coming out from Chappie of the Ravens' Revenge, and this was one of the first obstacles you hit. So you can see he's on pace with everyone else, but what makes this so great is how efficiently he transfers this over into the castle jump. Is barely able to delay. This is one of the toughest first things to get when you reach it. This is his first time ever seeing this jump. No problem. Hats off to you there. And then what does he do right away? Gets into the trap trigger and he's able to get them. Notice how as soon as he goes, he is quick flicking his camera back the other direction and gets all of those so consistently able to get it. Now, we saw a smashing success on their first attempt. Unfortunately, the Cuddle Crew had a little bit of a harder time to that castle jump. It's okay, this could have been my replay and I wouldn't have been lying. So many of these, they're so incredibly difficult because you think, oh, I want to maximize my height up, but you have to get it out with the correct trajectory. Now you can see Ninja able to get through the speed part of the run and then over the top. This is towards the back half, and look how well he's able to then trigger those traps and get through. But the Fish fam were the ones who were able to make that incredible run on the back of Suzu. Now this was from his first run when the Ravens Revenge were able to get it, and if you look at the timer, next time he faced this, he about finished the course. So an incredible job from him to make sure he is pushing the limit with what they're able to do. And you can also see the level of communications. He knew he messed up right away, and then he immediately communicates to his team. It's like, hey, you got to run and then go up. Now you're in kind of that double trouble area trying to get the triggers, and this is where they got held up for a significant amount of time. A lot of the competitors not being able to bait the chaps correctly, and now we're over with the Ravens Revenge, who were able to power through this. Again, this was from the match number 1, and you can see how he's using quite literally every single space available to him, including the rock, including the jump off the side with the airstrike to then get up to that leap of faith, which is such an incredibly hard challenge. And only having 2 teams full completed it after the 2 runs when all of these players are such strong death runners. You can see the Fish fam. Look at the timer on the clock, 5.5 minutes, and he's so quick going through it, and he's precise. He lines it up, he takes a step, and he goes. My question is now, between Suzu and Zen, they were so incredibly good last game. Can they beat that time? Can they keep pressing the pace, and will they be able to do it better? Because when you get up here, you have to do everything right, find the lineup, not miss a single one of your drops, and then get the final coin. Was able to then double back and grab it there off the launch pad for that 5:52 time in the #1 spot in match number 2. This is now the second time we've seen the World Run, and we asked the question before, what happens in run number 3? Can the Ravens Revenge get over that last obstacle of the leap of faith, or will everyone else start pressing up higher and higher and being able to challenge him? Match 3 is about to be underway. We're going to throw it back inside to Zeke and Bala. Gentlemen, take it away.
Thank you so much, Sundown, that insight. I mean, he's asking the tough questions. What happens in match number 3 of this set? You know, again, Fish Fam, you saw, I kind of touched on a little bit earlier, you want to have as many people up on that leap of faith as possible so they can just sit there and rotate down. But before we hop into this next match, Paula, I think we probably want to take a look at the standings. You want to see how things are going for all of these players together. And of course, you want to take a look behind us. We've got Fish Fam up there in first place from that last match, walking away with a nice chunk of change. Ravens Revenge there in second, Funky in third. Don't forget, Funky Fighters and the Chicken Champions both have Silver Llamas, and that's going to play a big factor later on.
Everybody needs to make sure that Funky Fighters do not get that last Silver Llama, because then they are out of contention if they don't have a Silver Llama. Because Chicken Champions don't really mind, because they have another place to play. They are kind of out of contention for this Silver Llama right here, but still, so many different teams have an opportunity here. The Ravens Revenge, the Funky Fighters, Sunshine Soldiers with the Fort Turtle, and then the Fish Fam as well, able to collect it. So we are going to get into the next game of the World Run, the last one of the set.
Here we go. The timer is counting. We've got 10 seconds before the gates open, and they start the run. Scissors, you can see the focus in their eyes a little bit there of Turtle, and here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the World Run commences right here, right now. The players are out the gate. Here we go. The first run, Taco, Taldak, they're right out. Ninja falls, unfortunately. So does Kotu. Zan there looks like he's making upper with Tyler. Magma, Kororo, they are just neck and neck. Again, you know, it just goes back to once they figure it out, they're just going full send.
I want to see who gets out to the early lead here. Suzo, the champion of the last one with Fish Fam, is a little bit behind, but again, he has the opportunity to catch up when he starts getting to those more difficult obstacles. Right now, it's not looking like anybody really taking a huge lead, a huge advantage, because we all saw how proficient they are in these early stages. Really, the first obstacle that stumps most people is this impulse jump.
Right, here we go. Don't forget, this is that precision impulse jump. You can do it forward, you can look away. First jump, unfortunately too shallow there on both sides. And both from the Fish Fam will be going down there. I saw there on the left, there is actually a team that has made it across. You've got Ravens Revenge, who is in the castle. And I believe it was actually the Llama Record Company that are also in the castle right now. Fish Fam, the Cuddle Crew, Ravens Revenge, Sunshine, and the Funky Fighters. And now the Llama Record Company all have 11 coins.
See the castle run, how fast they can get through there as a team. Also very important, as most players are now getting through this first difficult impulse jump. Looking for anybody rising up, looking for anybody completing this trap obstacle course inside the castle. If they can collect those coins fast, the players who get fastest through the castle and really collect all those coins are, in my opinion, the people who are leading the pack.
Yeah, I almost think like, should you just like as a squad, grab, like send one person to each thing and just like very quickly grab all 4, and then as a squad go up, right? So that you have more chances going through every single challenge.
Obviously depends on how many of you actually get to the castle. What a time there from Scissors through that one. Is he going to be able to finish out that impressive performance? He's got a couple of jumps still to go. 1,
no way. I will.
2, 3. Scissors showing off why he's one of the best at these types of maps, but way ahead of him, his teammate Suzu, leading the pack again. So this might be a better time here for Fish Fam.
All right, man, Scissors, that was insane, dude. Again, like these guys are so good, right? Once they figured out, they can just do it. It's almost like muscle memory. You see Suzu here. Now, if Suzu's smart, he waits here for Scissors to get across, and then once Scissors gets across, he can start triggering the trap. He's gonna opt to say, look, you know what? Let's just go. I'm trying to get the coins. We need to rack up as many and as quickly as possible, because don't forget, last game, they got that 5.5-minute time on lock. They still have another 1.5 minutes going off of last game, right? If they can do it again, it's gonna be huge.
Waiting for the chiller on his feet to get off before he goes forward. Now he has full reign onto this one. If he one-shots this, he's putting himself in such an amazing time. He's kind of letting his team do the rest of the work. Oh, one shot here from Suzu. Is it possible? Getting through the door? No, just short.
Shallow.
But he did not go all the way back. He's continuing the recovery on this run. Not quite enough.
Man, Suzu putting everyone in his fishbowl, saying, don't worry, fam, I've got this. Gonna jump down, first trap. Second trap, hop across, take a step back. Nice. Oh, there's actually someone else there. Scissors there with him. This is huge, though, if Scissors is there, because look, they can hop through together. Suzu can trigger this, and then get Scissors there where he needs to go, and then there will be two members trying to get these traps. Unfortunately, too shallow.
Making the same mistake there on that bouncer. The speed pad up into the bouncer. You see he's trying to keep his back towards it so that he can make sure he hits the bouncer on the right point that he wants to. Kind of has it memorized at that moment, but a lot of teams starting to catch up right now. So, you know, starting to lose the pace that they had in the first game.
Ooh, don't slide off, don't slide off. Unfortunately slid off. Now look, Sunshine Soldiers, they're already at the 28-point mark. So are Raven's Revenge, with Fishfam right behind them. Everyone else is tied right around 25 coins. Oh, and look, they actually sent Flytax forward. He's trying to make it to the Leap of Faith. So he's left his teammates down behind, saying, look, just gather the coins. I'm going straight to Leap of Faith. That's the 1 point we know we need.
Magma up ahead as well for the Ravens' Revenge. And the record of the map by Fishfam has gone past. That was 5 minutes and some. And we're now down to 5 minutes left total. Magma making sure that he makes this jump. He doesn't want to waste time. I think he might have the confidence here. Just got to bounce off the wall. No.
Short.
Not yet all the way through. If he can do this, he is clinching himself that Silver Llama.
Stewart, okay. Yeah, these momentum jumps, very difficult, or neo jumps as they're also called. You gotta be really precise, really, I mean, you have to be very calculated with every single one. You got Chappie over here, you've got Stewart across the way as well. And look, you can see Suzu there too. I mean, there's so many people here that are already at the Leap of Faith. And look at the rest of the teams, right? Even the Funky Fighters, Little Whip, and Llama Record Company, they're at 26 coins. They're closing in on that Leap of Faith.
Sunshine Soldiers adding their name to the hat of people who are trying the Leap of Faith. Stewart, not quite making it through yet. Magma right now feeling a bit of frustration. He feels the pressure. He knows that he has to try to make this, try to get this last coin ahead of anybody else. Clytax has joined the fray as well from Cuddle Crew.
So you can see too, like Flytax is, while Stewart is using his camera, while you jump forward, you whip your camera in the direction you want to start moving. Clytax is doing the opposite. He's actually just using the momentum from his movement abilities, just like his keys, to get him where he needs to go, not even touching his camera at all. Two different ways to approach it. They're both about the same. It just depends on which one you're more comfortable with. Magma here, he's in a good spot. Great ricochet there. All right, just take it easy. Nice. All right, good lane.
Almost. The tires?
He's just going for it.
Yes.
He's just going for it. Could he be the first one? No, Sunshine Soldiers have actually already done it with a 623, and Raven's Revenge there with the 636. So Sunshine Soldiers sneakily got it, but still a great time from them. Don't forget the first round, they were the only ones at 29 coins.
What a close race, though. All four teams who were up there on the Leap of Faith have now completed it. The Cuddle Crew still need one more coin to actually finish the entire thing. Clytax feeling a little bit of pressure. He needs to start supporting his teammates. And then the Llama Record Company sitting at 27 right now. I think this is one of the first times we've seen them towards this double jeopardy, towards closer and closer, edging their way at the Leap of Faith. The Cuddle Crew have completed, meanwhile, just past 7 minutes. So the standings right now are shaking up with all of these teams being so close together. Can't wait to see where it is. Still, every single placement here matters. Chicken Champions, Funky Fighters, Little Whip Warriors, and the Llama Record Company all at 27. Who is going to come out on top in this four-way race?
And don't forget, this really does, right? They're all competing for prize money. So being able to come out ahead of another team is going to secure you more of that pot. So they have to be very careful, right? They have the 2 minutes left. But man, to see all these other teams, 4 of them already get that third coin. Like, you know, we saw that first game, it was like, oh man, Raven's Revenge is the only one at 29 coins. Everyone else is not even close. Second game, the story is Fishfam and Funky Fighters. Now, we've got 4 teams that have gotten that 30th coin. Insane, especially how close it is. Like, even look at Raven's Revenge and Fishfam, right? Just a few seconds difference.
And all that could mean a huge amount when we look at the standings at the end of the match. But meanwhile, nobody yet up to that leap of faith. Oh, actually, Kuto, but we saw him finish the game last time for the Funky Fighters. See if he can do it again. 1 minute and 15 seconds to do it. Came in second, just behind the Fish Fam in their record-breaking run. Can he do it now? All pressure on him.
And I mean, you gotta look, right? All of his other teammates are still being eliminated, right? They're trying to get up there because, again, just more shots you can take at the leap of faith, the better, right? The more chances you have of securing that 30th coin.
So many teams are approaching this leap of faith now. You can see in the background, there's at least 3 teams up here total. Could be also some players who have not yet finished the map from the other teams. As Chappie sits there, Chicken Champions making their approach. I'm wondering, Kororo, if you do this last one, you are going to beat out the Funky Fighters. And that could mean huge placement in terms of the prizing at the end of this. 30 seconds to go.
All right, wait, he's made it. Okay, look like down. Okay, it's fine. Small jump.
Got it. Last jump, and he's got the coin too.
There you go.
So the Funky Fighters finish up ahead of the Chicken Champions. Kororo, fortunately, is going to fall shy. But at 29 coins and 5 seconds remaining, I think that's going to be the end there for this. These are the standings as they are. The Chicken Champions come out there. And what an amazing run it was.
Wow, 6 teams. 6 teams secured themselves the 30th coin. Nice day situation coming out of that first world run we got to witness. But look, smiles all around. Again, in case you're just tuning in, welcome to the Fortnite World Cup Creative Finals. These are the very best of the best from the creative side of Fortnite. And they're all joined here by their team captains and facing off for a prize pool. And these games have not disappointed. The World Run, honestly, I take it all back. I thought we weren't going to see a 30th coin. I'm a liar. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Nope.
They smashed it.
These guys are the best of the best. Fish Fam, Raven's Revenge, these guys showed up hard on this world run. Absolutely incredible performances, 2-time finishers all the way through. And now we also have to be able to think about what these standings are going to look like at the end of the day, because it was close, right? Raven's Revenge, that first one, and then getting second, and then getting second again, could mean that they are in contention for that first place here in this set.
Yeah, I mean, so Raven had plenty of 29s, right? They came in second, I think, just about every game except that last one. You got Fish Fam. They had the fastest time of 5:25. In that last game, we saw Sunshine Soldiers, though. They had a 6:23. So it depends where they place in those other matches, right? What does that mean for all these standings? Don't worry, we're tallying everything up. We're breaking it all down, and we'll have that for you as soon as we are ready to do so. But man, the World Run was dope. That was super fun. It was like we were like casting golf. Like, oh, takes a shot, and he sinks it.
Sinks it. At the end, when everybody realized that they needed to, it was just awesome to feel. The crowd was feeling it too when you made it towards that last one. When they finally made it through that last tire, or making their bounce all the way through, just like flying through the sky for that last coin. Felt good. It's got to feel good for these guys.
Yeah, and I think, too, being able to just, like, key in on different players, right? It wasn't like it was Turtle. We saw in that first run was dumpstering everybody else. Then it was like next game, there was different people that were really showing up. Even that last game, right? Scissors, the straight to back just crushed 3 or 4 obstacles in a row. It was insane. But for now, let's go ahead and send it over onto the deck with Pookie Face. She's standing by with the Sunshine Soldiers. So, Pooks, what you got?
Hello, Zeke. I am down here with the Sunshine Soldiers. They're the most adorable team, in my opinion. They are coming from all corners of the globe. They've come here to compete today. Now, so far, you guys have, there have been a couple of struggles, but the day isn't over. We still have the remixes coming up, so keep that in mind. Do you guys have a new strategy going into the remixes?
That's it. Hidden information.
Yeah. Information, that's it. And you, coming all the way from Spain, it's so lovely to have you here, Daniel. What has it been like to...
I'm actually from Mexico, not Spain.
From Mexico, sorry, from Mexico. What has it been like to be a captain of your team for the Creative Cup?
Yo amo a estos chicos, en verdad creo que no puede tener mejor equipo, estoy demasiado contenta de tenerlos conmigo y estoy súper feliz por la experiencia.
I feel really happy. I couldn't have a better team, and I'm super excited about this experience.
That's incredible. We love having you here. Thank you so much. And I'm gonna come over here and talk to you super quickly. Now, you're one of our youngest competitors. So being here, seeing all of your idols today, that has to be exciting. You know, when you told your family that you were coming here to compete at the Fortnite Creative World Cup, what did they say?
They were just super happy for me, and they was really excited, and yeah.
Do you want to keep competing in these massive Fortnite events? Do you love this?
Yeah, it's really good.
And finally, down here at the end. Now, again, all of this diversity is incredible. Now, you're here just essentially to compete at this event, but not only for that, but you're representing your country. So how does that feel? Is that a lot of pressure?
Yeah, there is a lot of pressure, and it feels amazing. Even though there's the pressure, it also feels great.
Well, you guys are doing an incredible job. Best of luck to you in the remixes. Gonna throw it right back over to the casters.
Man, Pooks, you are not lying. They are adorable. They're all so happy to be here. You love to see it. Man, the Sunshine Soldiers again, mad props to them for coming in with that 6:23 time in the last set of that match there. Again, though, 6 different teams, all with points. What does that mean for the standings?
That means basically it's anybody's game, right? That just means anybody can take this because everybody really was pushing the pace. Everybody was making sure that they were in towards the top. It was basically shaken up from top to bottom, except maybe the top 3, right?
Yeah.
Raven's Revenge, Funky Fighters, Fish Fam, all these guys completed their runs and placed highly in the other ones. So I think that they have a good opportunity here, but still, anybody's game, just like you said.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, we have to look at things like Raven's Revenge, right? They had fast, they were 29th in their first game at 29 coins coming in first. They had a second place as well, and then they managed to get themselves to 6:36 time. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these replays that we kind of watch over the course of these games. This one specifically is coming out of the Sunshine Soldiers. They did, in fact, win this last match here. But again, just look at Stewart. Look at the precision again. The leap of faith. You know, it's crazy because, like, in just looking at it, you're like, that doesn't seem so bad.
It's so
but
difficult.
It's insanely difficult, the precision jumps you need to make.
To maneuver yourself through that. He actually made that in one hop. Everybody else was stopping before that. He went all the way to the tire and jumped over. The reactions there in the background from that team. Absolutely incredible performance to come out on top in that one. Just perfect execution on that last one.
Yeah, for sure, especially when these precision jumps, these tight jumps like the one around the wall that you can't even see. You just have to know in your head, I know where I'm going to land when I come around this corner, because it's not something you have eyes on. And once he's been able to do it, he's like, okay, I know the jump that I need to make every single time. But ladies and gentlemen, you guys got to get ready because we're coming down here to the wire. We are very close to knowing who are the set winners from the World Run. Everyone gave it their all. Man, did they show up huge. I'm not disappointed. That was so much fun to watch, especially coming off of Sky Station to then Junkyard Juke to this. Just 3 almost completely different creative game types we got to see today.
Yeah, we're putting them through the ringer. They have to do all sorts of things. They have to show off how versatile they are. And in the World Run, they showed it. All the teams who did compete and play in the World Run to qualify for here ended up showing off really well. Obviously, the Fish Fam with Scissors and company, they had probably one of the most difficult elimination runs ever.
Yeah.
So clutch to be able to perform here. I think we have the standings. I think we have the winners of the set. It's gonna be Fish Fam.
Congratulations to the Fish Fam. Look at them. They just want to get back in. They're not even ready to celebrate. They are the winners. They're of the World Run, and there he is. Fish Stick is walking out with a silver llama, ready to present his team this coveted. Look at this thing. It's so shiny. All right, I'm going to go down there and steal this, actually. I want this. I mean, anyway, there you are. The Fish Fam are being presented with the silver llama. Look, they're like, yeah, baby, let's go. We got that.
That's ours. Well, congratulations, guys. There's the silver llama for them. But all focus for them is on to the next matches. because we've got a couple more to go, and it's not over yet. We've got your remixes coming up next. We've got your Golden Games.
Now first, hold on, Paul. Let's take a look at the standings. I think first, after that last set, look at this. Fish Fam come out on top, going out of tiebreakers. They're the ones that are victorious, and they walk away with the Silver Llama. But the Ravens Revenge, man, they were putting in a lot of work there, also getting themselves some prize money as well. Sunshine Soldiers there in third, and then the list goes on again. Keep an eye on those Silver Llamas. These are the guys that are in contention for that final prize pool. Now, if you're one of these teams with the Silver Llamas, you need to secure the Gold Llama. That is going to come. That's going to be the ultimate tiebreaker. If your team has that Gold Llama, you walk away with the win, especially because it's kind of divvied up amongst other teams.
Yeah, the Golden Llama being that ultimate tiebreaker. So the next team to claim it, the first team to claim it, as we see the Fish Fam with their Silver Llama, the first team, the only team to claim the Golden Llama is going to walk away as the champions here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, you kind of teased it a little bit. What are these remixes things that we're kind of talking about? You know, what does that mean for the games? Don't even worry. We got you guys covered. We're going to break it all down for you. So, remixes. We're basically going to go back through and play a match of every single match type.
Yep.
But there's going to be something different about them. So, starting with Sky Station Showdown, the remix for that is that all players can earn points, not just your sword bearer. That is going to be playing a big factor. We've also upped the typical 1,000 points needed up to 3,000. Follow, we've also got Junkyard Juke. Do you want to talk about that one?
Absolutely. In Junkyard Juke, we're going to be playing it again, but you can only use large props. So it might look a little bit silly, but what it means is that it's going to be all the more difficult to score. But at the same time, each large prop is worth 10, so we're not going to see those, you know, small increments between each other. So leads can get large, or they can just stay very small because it's so difficult.
Yeah, for sure. And finally, we're going to hit the World Run one more time. But the remix is that players do not respawn. That's right. They're going to have one life.
Brutal. That is so hard. We saw how many people struggled, even, you know, to get past that first couple obstacles. So difficult. If they have one life, it's going to be so difficult. But we are going to be hopping into the first game of the Golden Games at Sky Station with a remix that everybody can earn points. Here we go.
Go ahead and count us in here. If you're hanging out at the stadium, we've got 3, 2, 1. And the remix of Sky Station Showdown is underway. 15 minutes counting down. So don't forget, we have a new total cap. That is 3,000. And the remix is that anyone for your team can accrue points. This also stacks, by the way. So if you and your squad are sitting on a point, you're getting 3 points per person per second. So what does that mean? Will that mean players try to push points and lock them down? What will that mean for that center point at 7 minutes that opens up? We'll have to see as the game goes on, man.
So we'll have to recall all the different strategies that these teams have, because a lot of players took it very slow. The Fish Fam tried to contain the 1 point. Same thing with the Little Whip Warriors. Same thing with also the Cuddle Crew. But we also had the Llama Record Company all trying to vie and really push for that center point when it opened up. Right now, the initial control point fights are going down. Raven's Revenge has got one, Sunshine Soldiers have gotten one, and the Funky Fighters as well, but not before getting contested. Here's all the second wave.
And Blood going in, going to start swinging the sword. Can he chop them up? Danyan instead says, not today, friends. You have all been eliminated. He's going to shut down one there as well. Bensor going to be shut down. And you got the Llama Record Company like, hey, what's going on up here? Nope, Danyan is prepared. She saw you coming. She heard the DJ scratches. Back to the island you go.
And remember, it does accumulate no matter who is on the point, and also it stacks. So all 4 players are able to grab and stay inside the point. So you'll see at sometimes 12 points at a time going through for a team if all 4 members of their squad are on the point.
That's right. Ninja racking up eliminations and will be picked up there. The team's VIP being eliminated. So this is going to drastically change the way you approach these things, right? For example, if you decide to go in and assault another team, especially if you can get that surprise angle and you eliminate all of them, you by yourself can actually lock down that point for any amount of time and start racking up points. So you can look to contest, you can look to leave a team behind, you can break up into groups. There's so many different things, so many different variables to keep in mind as we move through this.
Already some innovation here from the Llama Record Company and a couple of other teams. They're hiding a couple people inside of cones so that they will continue to contest. But I think in this mode, it might be more viable to just stay and all fight at the same time. Nobody hiding at all. And we'll see too. It kind of lends a little bit more credence to the strategy that people were employing in the first set of games when they first played the Sky Station Showdown. They would have somebody go off and try to clear a point or at least take out their sword bearer.
Yeah.
But if they do that this time and they manage to clear out a point, they're now going to be accruing on both sides.
Yeah, and that's going to make a massive difference, right? Like, let's take a look at Raven's Revenge. They are sitting on 564 points, double of Little Whip Warriors, but they're still racking up the points right now. Ninja going to go ahead and slap Chappie back to the island. Gotaga here wants a cut of the action. It's not enough, but look, Magma also jumps into the fray. Ninja needs to get out of there, or he's going to be eliminated. Use the walls. I like this, but you do not have the HP to try and make this work. A 25. He drops Magma down based on that little jump, and look at this. Magma's like, no, friend.
You get him. Kaz comes in the back. But at the same time, another player comes through and Ninja goes down. And Raven's Revenge are holding on all the corners. In second place. For everybody, the Fish Fam joining the fray as well. I think the School of Fish are taking out the Funky Fighters at last, but no. Now two, the Cuddle Crew is going to abandon the point and maybe come right back.
Long later, Tamoya says hello. Over here, Suzu's is by himself. He's got coming out there trying to wreck him. He picks off Sandy, but unfortunately he does fall as well.
That was terrifying. They all came over the ramp at the same time. If you're just joining us here, don't forget we did increase the score limit up to 3,000. So if you're wondering, the Raven Revenge, they still got a ways to go, even though they are in the lead as it stands. I'm also keeping my eye out on the Llama Record Company. They're down at 300-ish points. They're going to claim 300 right now. And what they do, they always wait until the last moment, until that D point, the last point that opens up in the center, and they make a concerted push. I think that may be very, very strong, because in the first couple of games, as the Fish Fam, or as the Little Whip Warriors try to make a push here, they're gonna get shut down. The first couple of games, they just controlled it. Every single person was on that D point at the same time. They built their entire base out at the perfect moment. They were waiting for the time to pounce on that last point. Still 2 minutes until that starts to spawn.
Oh, he's gonna launch the Little Whip Warrior. He is in fact gonna shut down Taco. Look at this across the way. Magma gets picked off, and the Little Whip Warriors are back on the green point. Dude, I'm very curious to see what happens when that middle point opens up, because don't forget, it's 12 points per player of your squad on that point if you're uncontested. So you could very well see an entire squad say, the moment that's ready, jump down. We're just going to try and get a massive influx of like 48 points.
Could happen every single second down there. It's going to net you that, so it has to put to an end immediately. It seems that this point right here keeps getting under contention by like multiple teams. The Fish Fam, Funky Fighters, and of course the Cuddle Crew, who get cleaned out. So they're not earning anything really from all fighting at the same time. One team ends up coming out on top, but then it all happens again. So maybe some timing issues here in terms of synchronizing the push on this point specifically.
Yeah, I mean, this gets way more hectic when anyone can score points, right? And the Fish Fam have been doing a great job sticking together, going in as pairs, duos, if you will, and trying to shut everyone down, but
when everybody can score, because there's so much that more important. If you're by yourself, you get off the point because you can't even score.
But now you have to stick around. Look at the slaps coming out. Lachlan does take out Scissors, but does fall as well. Now Clitex is just trying to get back into the fray, get himself those height with the impulses, and now builds about 100, I believe. But right now, man, you just need to be turning your attention as many players as you possibly can. This remix is shaking the very foundation of this mode. And Clitex goes in, he's going to start trying to take him down. Did not go his way, though.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Finally, the Fish Fam control this point that the Cutter Crew and Funky Fighters were fighting for so hard. And they control it with all 4 players, so you could see their score rising significantly every second there. At the same time, the Llama Record Company with an evenly timed push as well, but Rubius comes in. Chicken Champions take out 1, but I don't think that's going to be enough. I think the Llama Record Company, no, they don't hold. Or do they?
Or do they? That is the question. It looks like, unfortunately, the answer is no, as the Chicken Champions are rolling in on the Sunshine Soldiers. Attacks are going off left and right, but Danyan is just it's just not falling. Just keeps eliminating left and right, getting a little bit of excitement.
The timing of that push that took out the Llama Record Company might have actually worked out in their favor, because they're all going to respawn together. 5 seconds for this D point to spawn. You can already see they're hunting. Hand of Blood, Rubius, Carnifex, they're all going for it because they know the importance. If they can all stand in there at the same time, all the impulses come through before anybody can even build a base, build some protection against them. It's pure chaos down here on the D point.
And look, if you're another team on the outside looking in, as all these players are just jumping in toward that center point, you do what Gotaga's doing. Let them all fight it out. Let's just sit on the point. No one seems to be paying attention to the fact that we're about halfway through what we need to win. Let them all fight it out. Don't make any sudden moves, right? Don't be the distraction to have someone go, oh wait, there is a point up there. We need to go get those guys.
I love what they did just there. They forced the 1 player there, but hold on, the Funky Fighters are all in. They have a base. There's no impulse. They are climbing the leaderboard hard. They're at 3rd right now. They're going to overtake 2nd. If this does not get shut down soon, the Ravens' revenge may have trouble looming.
And look at this, Llama Record Company, Hand of Blood is trying his hand and slaying these players, but it does not go his way as Tamoya comes in. No Llama Record Company, they stay strong. They're still racking up the points. Scissor says, no, friends. This is not allowed. You cannot continue to do this. Clytex also wants in on this as well. And Scissors meets an untimely end.
Meanwhile, the Ravens' revenge have not stopped climbing points. If they have 4 members up here, it's about even to 1 player on that D point. So just continuing to stay there. Finally, the Little Whip Warriors, Ninja, and crew are going to clean that up and put an end to it just before they hit 2,000. But on the other side, Chicken Champions are looming. They have 4 players on a single point, not the mega point in the center. See what's going on with them. They're all lurking. I don't think anybody really is too worried about them, but you know, with all 4 players here, it could all of a sudden become a nuisance.
Back down on that center point, you've got Hand of Blood trying his hand again. Did not go his way. Kotu is here though for the Funky Fighters. He was able to rack up a small amount of points, but still, every little point you can gather is going to make a difference going in the end. And look, Gotaga and Raven's Revenge are back on the point, but so are the Funky Fighters. There was 3 for just a moment. Chaos is down, just breaking out down on the center point right now, Bala.
What is this? Literally every single sword bearer and almost every single player here from the Llama Record Company is using those tactical shotguns and getting in. But again, the Ravens' Revenge are on point with 4 players, just shooting down, throwing impulses where they can, and just making sure they're accruing all those points. Meanwhile, the D point, nobody has gotten anywhere since the Funky Fighters were left there for so long. It all depends how this all unfolds. Hold on, they're trying to get a base. I think they might finally break through. No, they lose and trade off evenly every single time.
4 minutes left on that timer, and Bala, these guys have been uncontested. It's just now that the Little Whip Warriors want to try and make the push, but look at Gotaga. He's literally just slicing through all these ice cream cones. I was going to try and say hot knife through butter, but this is ice cream. It doesn't quite work that way.
It's crazy how nobody except the Little Whip Warriors are trying to contest the Ravens' Revenge right now. They are sitting on the point by themselves with 4, but again, the Funky Fighters in the center with 4 players. They are not even making any noise. They're not showing that there's anybody there. They are rising so fast. Finally, Turtle comes in. He spots them out, but that's not going to be enough. They shut him down immediately. They're still on the point.
They need to just box this up. They need to bunker down. Look at this. They just overtook the first spot. Someone needs to do something about this.
Guys,
they're taking up again.
Could be
you have to go in the center.
They get it.
Oh my God.
Funky Fighters again take the win here on Sky Station Showdown, the first match of the Golden Games. And that is a huge victory leading into the rest of these.
just unbelievable. For so long, Gotaga and Raven's Revenge sat on the green point completely uncontested. And then for a moment, everyone forgets about the center point, and that's enough for all 4 members of the Funky Fighters to sit on the point and just rise above everyone else. And by the time everyone could kind of figure out what was going on, it was too late. They stole away the first golden game.
Ridiculous that nobody was able to spot that out. It seemed like Fortnite was going to say, okay, guys, they're all on the point. Everybody start doing everything you can to stop them, because he saw all 4 members. They went from less than 1,000 once the D point was out to all the way up to win. And it was 400 points between them and the Ravens Revenge at the end there. Right. But you do have to also think about who else came very close in second. Ravens Revenge, who's in third. We'll be able to find out in a bit with the standings, but just an unbelievable performance there from the Funky Fighters to realize exactly what must be done. That was the second time they completely boxed up that entire D point.
Yeah, and just completely uncontested. But that's it for the first of 3 golden games. And for the Funky Fighters, they secure that win. But for now, let's send it back over to Pookie. She's standing by with the winners. Pookie, down to you.
Thank you so much, Zeke. I am down here with the Funky Fighters. Another victory. I feel like I've been talking to you guys all day, but how did you that remix game? Because those rules were a little bit different than what you were used to. So what was your strategy going into that one, Huzi?
I mean, everything was so unexpected. We were last and we came first because we got the middle. The point system, because every player gets points, and so we win. It was so exciting. So exciting.
So exciting indeed. Now, Raven's Revenge was in first place for most of that match. You guys knew that you had to come up from behind, which you absolutely did, but I kind of just want to talk a little bit about how there are 3 teams tied right now for first place, and the winners of this set will be taking home that additional $1 million of prizing. So I don't want to put too much pressure on you guys, but what is your strategy going into the next game? Are you going to stay the same? Are you going to change things up? Are you going to go for the middle again?
Probably. Yeah, we're just gonna keep doing what we're doing, and as long as this works, we're just gonna keep it up.
For sure. Sounds like a great strategy. Finally, over here to you. When you heard that there was a remix kind of blindside come in, what was your first reaction to hearing that?
Go to yellow circle and win.
Just win. I love it. It's so easy. It's such a great concept. You know, we talk about it all day, all of these things we break down, but at the end of the day, you just got to win. Back to you guys at the desk.
Pookie with the most insightful knowledge you'll ever need in your entire life. It doesn't matter if you can just win.
Just win.
I'm doing it wrong. I'm doing it wrong.
You're winning.
I'm trying.
We're
doing
all
the
winning
best
here at the World Cup.
We all are, in fact. But so are these players that have taken the stage. Now, don't forget, those llamas are going to be playing a big factor in how the final $1 million prize pool is divvied out. And Pookie touched on it perfectly, actually. Right now, there's a 3-way tie.
Yep.
All right, and that's something we need to take a look at with those standings, just to give you the refresher. So, Funky Fighters, Fish Fam, and the Chicken Champions all have that silver llama. Now, don't forget, every single match they play, they're also walking away with a prize pool that they're splitting 4 ways. That part's awesome. But man, that extra $1 million prize pool at the end will be huge. So either the Funky Fighters, Fish Fam, or Chicken Champions need to win that golden llama for one of them to win, or if you're on the outside looking in, you just want that gold llama. Because if you win that llama, that means you and your team actually win that pot.
Yep. You win the $1 million final prize for the Creative World Cup. So all is on the line right now. Those prizings, as they shake up into the next sets, are going to be so crucial to keep an eye out. The Funky Fighters taking a good first lead, but it's not enough. We've seen it time and time again in these first matches of the set. That people who win the first game don't end up coming through all the way at the end. So they have to have a consistently good performance into the next game, which is the Junkyard Juke, and then into the next game too, which is the World Run.
moments, right?
They're all golden. All the golden games with
all
the remix.
Golden games. Not the golden boys, just the golden games. I love you, buddy. Now, don't forget, if you guys are watching and maybe this is the first time you're tuning in, don't forget you can watch also at Fortnite.com/watch. If you're watching in-game, you can do that as well. If you go to Fortnite.com/watch, you can actually kind of hone in on a specific team. There's 10 different feeds to take a look at, and you can say, like, you know what? I'm all about the Fish fam. I'm just going to watch their perspective. You can do that. Head on over to Fortnite.com/watch. Take a look. Here are a breakdown of your feeds right there on screen.
It's an incredible new feature. I love to use it. I checked it out on my phone earlier, and just unbelievable, seriously. To see all the different POVs, to see the first and second place POVs, and then also to be able to pick who you want to watch. You can watch Lachlan in feed 8. You can watch Gotaga in feed 4. So just an awesome feature. Go check it out. It's amazing.
Yeah, for sure. Now, don't forget, guys, we are 1/3 of the way through the Golden Games. First one, Sky Station Showdown, is in the books, and the Funky Fighters were, in fact, the winner. Now we move on to the second game, and that is the Prop Hunt, a.k.a. Junkyard Juke. And don't forget, the remix, 10-point props.
Only the large ones. You can't go with the, little crowbar. You can't go with the wood planks. You can't go with any of the prizes for the teams that won before. We've got 10 seconds until the game launches, Zeke. It's the second game of our Golden Games here, guys. It's time.
2, 1, the game begins. Now, just a refresher, we can only be 10-point props. So let's break down what these 10-point props are. You've got a snowman. By the way, there's no snow anywhere else on the map. You've got a Christmas tree with a gold bomb on top. Nope, that sticks out like a sore thumb. A giant gnome? Well, I mean, it kind of blends in depending on where you stand. If you hide something that's behind something that's blue, you can make the hide. A giant teddy bear. You've got the target. You've got the rusted out car. I mean, you've also got the giant dumpster. So, as you kind of scan your eyes across the map, you can see things like the dumpster, the rusted out car, the target. These are things that could be... Whoa. All right, Kaz. All right, this guy is, guys, got the eyes of a hawk. But these props are going to be, they're going to stick out like sore thumbs is what I'm trying to get at.
Yep. And a little, ooh, Kaz, awesome. You see his reaction?
Yeah, even Kaz is like, ooh.
He's like, wait, Scissors was there. He is finding everybody right now. Good vision. And it is interesting. You got to make sure you know who the guards are at the beginning of this. It's the Little Whip Warriors on the bottom level. They're clearing out the house right now. They're making sure nobody is approaching. Only 4 teams have scored right now.
Trying to find people. There was definitely someone back there there's not supposed to be 3 trucks back there, I don't think. But in playing this, the best way to kind of go about this is every time that those blinds come up, you want to instant reload right then on the spot. Yes, you can try to make blind fires. Unless you're certain, you're like, no, I know where my crosshair is. That's a player. Take the shot. Absolutely. But when those blinds come up, you want to reload. You want to have as many shots as possible before that next, I guess, shade comes back up, right?
And the Ravens' Revenge being the other guards, by the way. Nice shot there from Taldak. But yeah, you mentioned when the blinds, I've been calling it the black, when the black comes up, take the time to reload and make sure you're taking the time like Taldak to stop and try to remember exactly what you saw. Don't move your POV, don't move your camera at all. As you try to recognize exactly what changed, you've got to use the uptime of your vision to take as many shots as possible to clear out what you think is possibly a prop. That player came down from below because he hit one of those springboards. Ayuzi moving forward, Zand as well. They're all going with the targets. Ayuzi gets in just barely because Taldak missed his shot.
Man, this is really good for the Funky Fighters. They've taken themselves a nice early lead. It's only 20 points, nothing substantial yet. But if they can do this every single round, again, another big prop going in. They're at 30 points ahead of the pack. And the only 3 teams behind them, Fish Fam, Cutter Crew, and the Chicken Champions. And look, time is done. So that's it. So don't forget, Ravens' Revenge, they have already been guarded. So going forward, all they have to do is try and rack up points. This is going to be huge going forward. The round is going to reset. We'll get 2 new guards on deck. You've got the Chicken Champions and the Funky Fighters. So now they can try to lock out other players from scoring. And it depends on how well they do, right? Because again, these are big 10-point props. There's a lot of them as well. You know, the props outnumber you pretty substantially.
And if you recall the first game where the Ravens Revenge were actually in second to the Funky Fighters. So like you said, being able to take your time and make sure that you know exactly what you need to do kind of gives them a little bit of an advantage. But the Funky Fighters really did come out to a huge lead in the first, scoring 5 points, or 5 total. See if they can hold it down right now and keep the lead as it is. The Chicken Champions at 20 are not going to be able to close the gap. But we'll see if the Fish Fam, the Cuddle Crew, and everybody else can approach the Funky Fighters right now. They're trying to stop that from happening.
Well, Scissors did just drop in with that 10-point prop, who's closing that gap. If they can get another 10-point prop in, they're going to be tied with the Funky Fighters. But they actually have to make it there to the center to make it into the incinerator. That is going to be make or break. We have 2 minutes left on the clock. And, you know, my first instinct for this would be, you know what, I just got to go. I just got to try and run out as much as I can. That's actually counterintuitive. Right now, you want to just be taking baby steps, right? Just making sure you can secure those points is crucial.
All the players right now, you can see them down below trying to get the shots as possible. They're racking up the eliminations right now. I don't think Fish Fam may have gotten one through. Taldat gets one through. That's going to even the gap a little bit. Here's the Funky Fighters again, just blind shooting through the black. And remember, 1:30 to go on this guard. Fish Fam has tied it up with that score right there.
And so has Cuddle Crew. They got 2 props in, so they're 1 prop behind right now. Oh, Action, you gotta be careful, buddy.
One prop behind, there's a little whip coming through as well. So all of a sudden, these teams are letting a lot of props through, or maybe it's the props who have figured out their timings, figured out their tendencies, figured out when they stop shooting. 1 minute to go here. Here's Ninja, he's got a car. This is one of the most difficult obstacles or props to get in.
Don't stack on top of each other. Oh, so dangerous, because when you see things like that tight together, you're like, yeah, no. Oh no, the bumper. Gotta land.
He was moving. Unfortunate there. You've got to press that control key at the last second to be able to make sure you get through. Scissors makes it through.
Dude,
that's a lot of points racking up. They're at 80 now, 30 points ahead of the Funky Fighters, which is unfortunate for their guard watch. 30 seconds to go.
They've taken the lead here, 20 points now. 30 points ahead. Make that 40. The numbers are changing like crazy. But right now, Scissors and the Fish Fam, they've got the lead. And this is huge right now. Don't forget the Funky Fighters are in the center, so they can't rack up points. We've got 10 seconds left. Whoever's out in the field, they need to make it into the incinerator right now.
Are they going to have any more points accrue? It doesn't look like anybody's close. That's going to be the round. As the Funky Fighters and the Chicken Champions end up closing out that guard watch. We'll see where the standings end. I did notice something though, Zeke, is that the Ravens Revenge were at 0 for that run. They didn't get a single prop through, which is a far cry from their performance on Sky Station Showdown. They were second.
They need to band together right now. They need to rally, and they need to make this happen. Round 3 begins. You've got the Fish Fam and the Sunshine Soldiers in the middle. So now the Fish Fam, you know, we saw this before. They got this lead, but now they have to try and lock everyone else out from getting points. And as we've clearly seen, it is actually way more difficult than it sounds.
And judging by the first run of the Funky Fighters, they got 50 early on. We'll see if they can get and double their score, essentially, to tie up with the Fish Fam. But Sunshine Soldiers also being a guard, and the first 2 right now ending up on guard watch.
2.5 minutes left on this timer. You see people hitting these hidden little bumpers. So a little surprise in case you've been wondering why have they been flying up. There's little secret bumpers that are buried. You can see one right there that looks like a little silver dome. If players touch it, they're actually launched into the sky. And it's a very clear, like, hey, this is a person. They have disguised themselves as a prop. You should probably eliminate them. 2 minutes here on the clock. And Fish Fam are just tearing it up. But look, Funky Fighters, they were guards last round. They were behind pretty far, and now they're starting to close up that gap, right? If they can get another 3 props in within this 2-minute timer, they're going to be in a great spot heading into that final round.
Tyler trying to hold it down before he gets his last opportunity to go with the props. But here, the Cuddle Crew, and they're going to be on guard watch next. So if they don't solidify this lead very strong right now. It's going to be so difficult. Meanwhile, the Ravens Revenge did finally get a prop in. They could have a final round that could be amazing. We'll continue to watch here for the Cuddle Crew. Llama Record Company and Funky Fighters all earn a point in just a second there. 1 minute and 20 seconds for this guard watch to end.
Cuddle Crew's only a single prop behind. The Funky Fighters are only 2, and so are the Llama Record Company. Raven's Revenge is now on the board with a single. That's a Raven. Look at that. Scissors, he's got this on lock. He's got the entire map laid out in his mind, and he can tell the difference. Wait, does he catch 2? He did not. Wait, these other 2 trucks, are they actually gonna make it in? They're making it in. Yeah.
That's some Scissors. They snuck right under his nose. They get in. But it doesn't.
Oh, he hit that person from the blinds.
Wow. He heard you, Zeke. He knew.
Listen.
Flexing a little bit on everybody.
He knows I'm a big fan of his. All right, he knows. He knows. Cuddle Crew, they're nice and hidden. All right, got to watch the bumper. There is one hidden. You see it right there in front? Be careful. You can see it. It's right there. Don't do it. Nope. Never mind. That was, looks like that was Fish Fam.
And it looks like a lot of props are making it towards the center right now. I think I just saw 3. Very close. Here's the approach from Huizi. Remember, they have to get sorted to get scored. So Tomoya, I think, will be the last prop here. Bensor making a push for it. No. But what a push there at the last second. They do all tie up. The top 3 are tied up at 100. So that means this last round of Junkyard Juke is going to be so crucial.
This is very scary heading into round number 4. So take a look. In the center of the map, you've got Svenos and his crew. So don't forget, there's 3 teams tied for first. You've got the Fish Fam, you've got the Funky Fighters, and you have the Cuddle Crew. So basically, they're ahead of the pack, but they're fighting each other right now. Little Whip, or excuse me, sorry, the Llama Record Company, and now Little Whip and the Cuddle Crew, they're at 90, so they could close that gap. But they have to work so much harder to do that. You've got the Cuddle Crew in the middle, and this means they're not racking up any points for this round, right? They're just trying to keep everyone else from accruing points.
They're in 5th place or lower at this point. If they don't have a good performance, even the Sunshine Soldiers, the Chicken could go through. Nice shot there from his team. Joining them as well as the Llama Record Company in 2nd place. So 2nd or lower is all they can achieve.
So for right now, Llama Record Company, remember, they can't accrue points. They literally have to try and stop Fish Fam and the Funky Fighters from racking up points. If they get even 1 through, they are going to be edged out. Everything is riding on this moment right now. How accurate are they? How quickly and how much do they remember the map? Look at all these props here on the left side of the screen. One just got through with the quest. Little Whip, they took over, so did Fish Fam.
Nice shot there from
Great shot for sure.
He knew that there was a prop approaching. He knew that he didn't find anything in the last couple of seconds. He knew. Is he gonna be able to find this one? You can see he's pre-firing through the black as they all try to approach. What a nice play from Alex. A nice strategy. Now remember, now that the Little Whip and Fish Fam have taken the lead, the Funky Fighters fall to 3. And since they got first in the first game, that means it's just more close when you think about the overall standings here.
Yeah, look, Little Whip again, get another prop in. They're pushing ahead, man. These guys are pulling away from the pack right now. Llama Record Company, they've got to just start trying to pick off these props. They've got to keep the Fish Fam and Little Whip down. Maybe have someone else potentially contest, but right now, man, the Little Whip Warriors, Ninja and his team are just destroying this final round.
All the rest of the standings so important as well. Svenos and Co. and the Llama Record Co. doing a very good job on guard duty right now. And besides the top 2 ending up getting a couple of points, they're not letting anybody below them really earn anything. A lot of props approaching right now. The timing's going out. Ninja gets in with the car, scores, and that just solidifies the lead even further, but I think Fish Fam scored. No, they didn't. Look, first place to Little Whip Warriors now. There's no tiebreaker involved. 20 seconds to go. Can anybody else score?
You just got to go. Do not jump. You just got to go. That's right. Oh! Okay, there's another round of points coming through. Little Whip at 150. And look, Taldak's right here. That's going to put him at 160 with 10 seconds left.
That's the win for sure for the Little Whip Warriors here. And Junkyard Juke as the timer expires, as Ninja scores in the final moments, as well as Taldak. The first win for the Little Whip Warriors, and it couldn't come at a better time here.
That's right, man. Look, don't forget, those Silver Llamas are scattered right now. This puts them in a great spot. If they can get this world run win, they could secure themselves that gold llama, and out of nowhere, they could steal away the victory from everyone else around. A fantastic showing of the Little Whip Warriors. Man, dude, they came out of nowhere. They were just on it. They flipped the switch and they said, you know what, we're getting all these props in, and we're just gonna get pulled away from the pack.
That's what happened. Perfect play. At the beginning, they had the guard defense. They didn't let anybody get over close to, I think the Ravens are, no, the Ravens had 0. I'm thinking of the Funky Fighters had 50 in the first run.
Yeah.
But nobody else really did anything, and the Funky Fighters ended up starting to slow down. They didn't manage to keep up their pace. Little Whip Warriors took perfect advantage of that.
Yeah, and I mean, you could just kind of see that they were very calm, cool, and collected in the whole thing, right? They just kind of navigated the map correctly. You kind of saw it happen a little bit, but there was almost like this clustering that happened. You know, when you've got 3 rusted cars right next to each other where there clearly is no rusted cars at all, you're like, okay, well, these guys are very clearly props, right?
They figured it out eventually, though.
They did.
Separate, approach all in different waves, use the props at the front to kind of, you know, protect so that the guys who are just barely behind you can then make their approach and get 2 points at least, or at least 20 points in this remix version.
Yeah.
But great performance for Little Whip. And couldn't come at a better time because that puts them in contention against Gold Llama. And that's the bonus. That is the win. That is the win condition for this Creative World Cup.
Well, I think the only thing they need to do right now is send it down onto the stage. I want to hear from the Little Whip Warriors, so let's go over to Monster. We're standing by with them right now.
All right, so I'm going to be honest. I thought early on the Sky Station Showdown, Ninja Squad specific. You guys were out running shooter trials. You were struggling, but you guys are finally finding your stride. So let's just touch on it. How does it feel to be in the running? Now you finally got the victory. You're so close. The Golden Llama is on the line. You guys are so close. What do you think about this?
Honestly, kind of relieved, to be completely honest with you guys, because, I mean, we were kind of nervous the first 3 sets. I mean, we were not doing the best, but now we're here. So, I mean, hey, we're in the running, and that's all that matters.
All right, so you're in the running, you want to hold this lead, but more importantly, what team do you guys feel you need to shut down? I think it's the Funky Fighters. Is there any other team that specifically, I know we started off, Ninja said the Ravens Revenge, but I don't know, I think things are really shaking up. What squad out here is surprising you so far?
Dude, those Ravens, man, like, yesterday we were fighting them all day, we got the edge of yesterday, but today they came out and it really surprised us.
And there you guys have it. So as you can see, easily things can really shake up here. And just like that, suddenly, it's anyone's game to win. Ninja Squad can take it for all we know.
Well, we'll have to see because we have a single golden game left. And in case you've forgotten, it's the World Run. And the remix is a single life.
That's so brutal. Like, we can't understate how difficult that is going to be. I mean, especially when everything is on the line here. Everything matters. Everybody wants to get first in this last match.
That's right, and don't forget, I mean, we've been bouncing around, right? We started on World Run. We saw 6 teams of 8 rack up to 30 coins, but then we moved to Sky Station Showdown. So now you're like, okay, my mind has to go there and be ready for that. Then we moved to Junkyard Juke, and you're like, okay, we'll have to move again. So these guys may not be in a, you know, once you've been doing it back-to-back, you've almost built up that muscle memory. They may not have that based on this.
Yeah,
we'll have to see, man.
Very true. You're kind of rusty when you move on to the World Run after these last
two. Right?
There's no mechanics in Junkyard Juke are the same at all in the World Run. So we'll have to see if they still are warm for that.
Yeah, but hey, you know what? If you want to play these things, don't forget, they're actually in-game right now. They're available as LTMs. Play them through the weekend. You've got until Sunday. You want to check them out, give them a try. I'm telling you, they are super fun. If you get more coins than me, I got 14. Hit us with the hashtag or tweet at me. That's fine. I'll hold the L. I respect it. I respect it. I'm not a death runner, I'll be honest. I'm not much of a BR player either. I'm pretty bad, actually. That's why Sundown carries me pretty much the entire time. But again, man, let's focus in on these games. Don't forget, let's not talk about how terrible I am. The Gold Llama, that's what's on the line right now. You know,
I think Ninja just actually found out what the remix was there. It looked like he had something he was surprised.
He was like, wait a minute, what?
No, definitely should have known before, but here we go into the world run. All the players are loading up and getting ready. It's so important to make sure that everything is perfect because you have one chance, one opportunity here to make a difference. If you mess up, it's over.
That's right.
So I'm looking for Turtle. I'm looking for the players like Scissors, Suzu, who completely clutched up for the Fish Fam, both of them together. And really, it's not on the shoulders of one player. Even more so, right? We were talking about it earlier, the entire team needs to perform, but here, when they could be going out early, everybody needs to step up, every single person.
That's right, this is it, the final opportunity to try and claim the Golden Llama and take a slice of that final $1 million prize pool available to the winner. And of course, let's not forget, the World Cup Creative Champions. The time is now. Here we go. The game is about to begin. If you guys are here watching from the stadium, let them know you support them. Let them hear you right now. Let's hear it for all these teams. That's what I'm talking about. They need your energy right here, right now. 10 seconds before we hop into the game, don't forget, it's World Run. That remix, A Single Life. Who is going to come out on top right now? It's anyone's game.
We'll see who out of the gate as they open right now. Who out of the gate is going to go down? How slow are they going to take this? You can see everybody does not want to move. You can cut the tension with a knife right now. Here, MSYB is going to be the first to go. Danyan in the back as well. Everybody staggering their players so that they know what they need to do one by one. I heard some traps. MSYB, there he goes. Gets the first couple of coins and everybody at the same time. Funky Fighters have 6 right now. What a run so far from MSYB, not missing a beat.
The Funky Fighters are already off the strong start. Oh, no! MSYB. Oh, an error was made there on his part, but it's okay. He still got his crew. They can still make it through. Funky Fighters are still racking up the coins. Here we go. They're going to pick up their 10th right here, right now. This is literally, I'm telling you, man, this is where this precision jump comes through.
Come on.
Koto.
2 players made it. So here through. Actually,
right, no, let this one, don't even. Just let the whole thing reset. Yep. Take a step back, let it reset.
Is every single one of his teammates down in the bottom left?
Yes, it is. It is all on the back of Kotu right now. He's got to make it through. The tricky part of this is he's going to get this point, but now he has to go back through.
That's not the coin to go for then.
That was not the coin to go for, but it's okay. He's committed. Come on, you have to guarantee trigger these. Do not fall. 3rd set. 4th set. He's through. Okay.
Oh, dude, my heart is beating out of my chest right now. This is so just tense. What can you even, like, he's by himself. This is their only chance. He has 11 coins right now, but that's just tied. In the castle, there's not too much danger after those spike traps.
Right.
So we can move forward. They have to make sure they grab every single coin. Meanwhile, Chicken Champions on the other side, he's by himself as well. I wonder, how many different teams have anybody alive right now? Is it really up to the Chicken Champions and the Funky Fighters right now? We'll see. They have plenty of time to work with. They can take it as slow as they possibly want. There's the Cuddle crew. They've got 2.
They have 2. Raven's Revenge looks like they have 1 player as well. Okay, nice. The coin is picked up. There's only 1 left here. So remember, 14 is the max amount you can get before heading up to that next level. And the castle is the halfway mark.
Just got word that Fish Fam actually has 3 people up. Only 10 coins for them. So maybe taking things slow, letting things play out, seeing how the other teams do. Because really, the time is not of the essence in this case. Until the very last player. There's Fish Fam. 1 did go down in the meantime. Tyler. Suzu is down. which is crucial because he was the player who was a speed demon. But again, it's not speed that matters, it's execution. Here's going back through. Can he make it? Most dangerous part of the castle. Nice free trigger. He's through.
Okay. All right. We haven't seen Cuddle Crew pick up any more coins. Maybe they're still alive. Maybe they've been eliminated. The castle, I mean, it's pretty hard to be eliminated in the castle. The only way really is in the traps there. You've got the funky fighter. Look at this. Lachlan.
Oh, no.
He's crying his eyes out. Wait
Guys, if you want Lachlan to go for this, you gotta give it to him right now. If you want Lachlan to go for the jump, Lachlan, you gotta go for it.
There has to be a Lachlan chant. Lachlan, Lachlan, Lachlan. Come on, you have to go. Look, but the thing is, he's talking it through his team. He's like, look, what do I have to do? What do I need to make here, right? And this is good, because remember, they have 6 minutes. Like you said, they can take this as slow as possible. But again, this is going to come down to these last moments. So Fish Fam actually, right now, they're leading the pack 15 points. That means they're up on that next tier. And there's some pretty treacherous things happening up there. There you go. It's Zane and Tyler.
They're through the castle. That's why they're all dancing right now. You know, they're starting to be at the hardest part possible. They know nobody else is here. Based on their coins.
Here we go.
His teammate did fall up ahead. Gets one, though. There's the trap trigger. This is so difficult. He's going to start getting towards the variable impulses.
Remember, he's got to make this in one. See, you see him take a step back. He's like, look, the trap's not right. Look, this isn't right.
I'm way farther ahead of anybody else. He's going to wait until anybody else goes. Here's the Ravens' Revenge. He's going to tie it up.
There you go.
In terms of place that there are, but the Ravens' Revenge don't have anybody else, so he can't get to that other lane to collect those coins.
Right.
Which is crucial.
And don't forget, if he got here by himself, too, that means there was that extra coin, remember? Because there's 2 lanes. He left one behind. So there's more pressure on him right now.
The scissors. That's what Scissors did in that game before. He's going for it. He's not stopping. He does need to make sure he beats the Fish Fam. You can see now Zan going at the same time. Here it is through the jumps. He's waiting a little bit. Jump.
Nice.
Yes!
Okay, pressure's on right now, because don't forget they're a single coin behind.
Zan going at the same time right now. Wow, he's going for the variable impulses.
1, 2. Okay, makes
Zan makes
it.
Here we go.
Yes!
One more jump! Magma makes it to the variable impulses. One of the most difficult jumps. And the deep breath does come in. Magma is putting the team on his back right now, from what I can tell. Everybody, Lachlan's going, guys.
He's going. He's got to make this jump. Does he make it? There you go. All right. So look, he's
at the same time, Magma in the top left did end up getting another coin. Here goes Lachlan, guys. Give him your energy. He's going for the jump.
Look, Magma, for a moment, he's doubting himself. He can't. Magma, get your head in the game. You know you can make this jump. He doesn't that can make the difference.
Why is this team not doing it?
It's too risky. Maybe he feels like it's too risky. He's thinking about it. Should I maybe try to double back? I mean, if he gets down the ramp, he's going to have this little icy coat to see right off. This could be it. This could be the moment that makes or break their game.
There's Zan, too.
Look, he's thinking about the same thing. He's like, should I go for this? Is this coin worth it?
He has to come back through there to get up to the next stage anyways. Magma taking a huge breath. We'll have to see if you know, the status on everybody else. I believe these are the last 2 players.
This is tough. We're getting word Lachlan has actually made it to the he has not actually not made it to the castle yet. I misspoke there. All right, here we go. Magma, great trigger. No! Wait, it's okay. He used the rock.
The recovery.
They knew about it.
Coin. No! And Magma is out of the game, and with that, the Ravens Revenge 2. Lachlan bouncing. He's unfortunately out of it as well. He's not able to get Zan going at the same time. Here we go. He's going to go for the coin up top.
He has to. He literally has to. Magma, though, he left the coin behind. He set up. He didn't grab the coin either. If he had grabbed that coin, he's thinking about, do I double back? Do I try to make that?
So the reason he doesn't want to go is because if he goes for the coin, he is not going to be able to get to the next thing. So they ahead of us, Zeke. They knew. Playing with fire is definitely not this. No, he's out. And it is now 21 to 21. He just needs one more point, which is more easy for him. Is it the one on this track?
everything if he said we need one coin. Just grab this coin right down here. If he can do this without being eliminated.
The win! Oh, Seven gets it with the trap trigger! The fish fan! Zan clutches up for them here! Scissors and company absolutely dominating the last set of the world run. It wasn't domination really though, was it? But a clutch performance from Zand. They lost their man Scissors and Suzo early on, but everything fell on the shoulders of Zand, and he does it.
This is shaking me to my core. Because what does this mean for the standings? In all 3 Golden Games, we saw a different winner. Funky picked up round 1, Little Whip picked up round 2, and now the Fish Fam picked up round 3. But don't forget, Fish Fam, they had that unbelievable time earlier on 25. But, I mean, also, Funky Fighters, they got themselves the coins as well, so they all have wins. It's...
I'm trying to, like, think...
I'm trying to think back, like, how
all the different standings, because Fish Fam, they had a good performance in Junkyard Junior. Absolutely, right?
Right.
Hands down. Here's the last moments with Zan. This moment could have won him the Creative World Cup. Think about that for a second.
This could be it, man. That literally could have very well. But then the question is, what if that doesn't get them the win? Should he have kept going, right? But he just decided, look, you know what? We've got the coin. Let's end it here. What if they needed to keep going? What if they had gotten one more coin? Could that have made the difference? Are they already in the lead? Is there someone else?
Tiebreakers matter. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll
you
see.
know me, man. I stress out way too hard over this. I get way too into this.
I'm sitting here with my pen, just like, what is the calculations here, Zeke? I don't even know.
I'm running the numbers.
Nail-biting finish, that's for sure. Right? We could all agree that. Guys, did you like that finish here today? Zan clutching up. Yeah. Guys!
They're asleep.
They're asleep. They're asleep. They want to know
What's
the
happening?
standings.
They don't know what we're asking them. I mean, guys, here in the stadium, was that not insane?
There you go.
There you go. You just had to ask them the right question. You asked them the wrong question. That's all it was.
Yeah, I had to stick the word insane there. People get crazy for that.
There it is. There it is. But first off, let's just say, across the board, all of these teams performed incredibly well. Again, you know, just calling out, there was never just like one team that kind of was ahead of the pack the whole time. Fish Fam was starting to get there, right? Like, they were that one team that was like, wait, they were the only ones that had that insane time, but you know, everyone really showed up in massive ways. We're going to calculate the standings. For now, I think we're going to send it actually down on the stage. We've got Poogie standing by with the Fish Fam, so let's hear from them.
Thank you so much, Zeke. I am down here with the Fish Fam. Again, I feel like I've been talking to you guys all day. Zand, you were a little late coming over to the interview. You had to put your shoes back on. Was your performance so great that you knocked your own socks off? Is that what happened there?
It's all about like getting comfortable. Like, if you play like you play at home, you'll play better. So that's what I did.
So just being completely comfortable. That's why you took your shoes off?
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, it definitely works for you. You were the last one alive. What was that pressure like for you?
I mean, I just took my time and did what I've done like for like the past year, do the fronts, and it worked out.
And were your teammates coaching you through that whole thing?
Yeah, they were talking to me like, just telling me to chill, like do whatever I want, take my time. Yeah.
That's awesome. It definitely makes a difference. We have such a supportive team. Now, Scissors, I'm going to come to you and talk just a moment. Now, this is going to be an amazing moment for you. Winning the death run like this now, how well versed are you in just having one life to live on this death run?
I mean, I feel like I did very well, but these guys they're the goats, they're the best. I make all these maps, and these guys are the ones breaking the world record, so I had them on my team to carry me to the victory.
Well, that's what I love. The amazing team synergy, amazing teamwork. Thank you guys so much. Congratulations again, Zeke. Back to you.
Man, what a humble team leader Scissors is. But, you know, mad respect to Sam. I like that he pointed out specifically, you know what? I just got to play like I'm at home. I have to get comfortable. For me, I'm the same way. Like, right. Just take your shoes off, right?
You can get comfortable. There is no way this feels like home. There is no way that this feels like home. With the pressure, you never have that kind of experience. That is a once-in-a-lifetime thing to do. That's just crazy.
But also to have his team there, right? They had his back. They were lifting him up saying, look, take your time. In fact, speaking of team, we actually have a listen in. Let's go back and relive that moment, but from their perspective.
Get up there, left side.
Left side.
Left side.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I like that. No,
I like that.
Okay. Yeah, wait, no,
Go back.
That
Next one is free. This one is
Man.
free.
That was pretty hectic, but as a as a resounding hey, leave the coin seemed like that was the. He was like, but
I left it. I had to go back.
But it's right. I'll go back.
But that was so genius for all the teams who got that far to realize that that coin was not worth going back for or even going for it in the first place. Remember how we were so shocked that they didn't go for it? And we realized later that's because if you try to go for it, you will end up getting eliminated.
Right.
Because it's too difficult to make that bunny hop to the coin, grab the coin, and then continue forward.
Yeah.
You have to lose your momentum.
Those bunny hops are key to making that jump over the double danger. But man, we're calculating those standings. We're going to see who's winner. Honestly, I've been trying to do this in my head, but
we need the experts.
We need the experts, all right? I've got stuff written down, but like I can't read the code. All right? It's not coming to me. This literally could go anyone's way. And again, because those silver llamas are scattered, any team that wins that gold llama is going to win.
Let's recall the couple of games that we had in this Golden Games. Right?
Okay.
So Sky Station Showdown came down to the Funky Fighters in that final D point, all being pretty much uncontested. Nobody realized that they had their two opportunities, and they took them. They took them both. Skyrocketed from last place to first place. That put them in first in the first game.
But also, don't forget, Ravens Revenge were close that game, right? They came in the second place.
So, Junkyard Juke next. Okay, Junkyard Juke, we know for sure that Fish Fam did well and Little Whip Warriors did well.
Yep.
So Fish Fam is the ones who won the last one. Just unbelievable, world run in total. Who was in second in the world run?
Ravens Revenge.
Ravens Revenge. So Ravens Revenge in the first game. In the second game, they had a poor performance on Junkyard Juke.
They did. They actually were in last place. But that's what I'm saying. And then I think earlier games, right? Because it's kind of like a cumulative thing. So, but Ravens Revenge had those three the first match from World Run was first place, 29 points. The second, they second place. But then in third, everyone had kind of figured it out. They still did manage to make the second time of 6:36. But what is that for all? I'm getting. Okay, all right. I need to take a deep breath here.
Well, what we can all agree on was that this was an awesome, whole thing in general. The entire Creative World Cup, all three of those maps. Got to give props to the map makers. What was it? 17 builders total. All these maps they together to make them, and they're beautiful and they're amazing to play. So huge props to them, the builders here for the Creative World Cup. Just awesome. All from the community.
Huge props, worth 10 points.
Come on.
Got him, baby. Yeah, you know you like that. You know you like that. I got him. As soon as he said it, I was like, this guy set himself up. I have to pull the trigger. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. But, seriously, again, just to echo everything you said, man, this was so much fun. This was so much fun. And to think, too, this was the first half of the day. I just thought about that. We stopped Pro-Am. We stopped Pro-Am right after this.
We might have just broke Zeke when he realized that. But regardless, just all around, I'm curious. I want to recall our favorite moments here. What were your favorite moments here, Zeke, from this Creative World Cup? Was it the Funky Fighters taking the point? Was it that last moment with Sand?
Okay.
The Fish Fam.
So that was definitely, absolutely. If that wasn't your favorite moment of the whole Creative Finals, I'm not sure what else could top that. Maybe there's something I'm not thinking about. I think back to when, the Fish Fam, they had to clutch up that win, and they come through with the 5:25 time. We watched Scissors in that run. He just tore through 4 obstacles, literally back-to-back in one life. Now, eventually, he was eliminated, but still, that takes so much precision, and he made it look easy. That's not something that you just do. I mean, I'd argue he's the grandfather of creative, right? He's the guy that stepped forward and said, hey, you want to do this thing called a death run? And people are like, what? He's like, hey, do you like traps? Do you like respawning?
How iconic for that moment to be Scissors and his team. And how iconic would it be if that world run ended up being the decider? But besides that, I know a lot of people here were interested in Lachlan's final performances. We're going to go ahead and take a listen in with his team at the end of that run for him.
Sandy, I'm gonna start playing, okay?
Alright, yeah.
Actually, start playing when you get to the impulse bar.
Boy.
Nice.
Love you.
This is the jump that I don't think I can
Yeah.
Well, here we go.
No.
Okay, that's...
No.
He actually almost hit that one.
I think if he had thrown that impulse the moment he went up, he actually would have impulsed over. Like,
I was thinking the wall there.
Yeah.
Right, just bouncing himself off the wall at the last moment. That would have been crazy. That would have been clutch.
That would have been insanely
That would
clutch.
have gotten everybody out of their seats because it was those last three teams.
Yeah.
Those last three teams. I'm glad we got him to, you know, get the confidence to go for the jumps.
Look, it's tough. Like, honestly, like, and then that kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier. You know, when you've been doing this world run over and over. Because don't forget, even in those, when we were in that big section, like, he was killing it. Absolutely. But then when you're like, okay, we're going to the Golden Games, these things have remixes. We'd have to change kind of the way I'm thinking and approach these things. Go from Sky Station to now, like, oh, we can all earn points. What's our strategy? Then we go to the Junkyard Juke. Wait, we have to be 10-point props. You know, maybe I've been running around as a 2-point prop. Maybe I've been that guy that's been rolling in with the 2-point props. And then being like, oh, yeah, world run, we got it, no problem. Oh, we have a single life.
Oof. And that face that he made when he made the jump, that needs to be made into an emote for sure. Exactly. Zeke's got it perfectly. Just unbelievable. The pressure that these guys were under in those final moments. We're still calculating the standings, of course,
Right.
Zeke.
It was just too close. It was so unbelievably close. We have to make sure this is correct. Because, I mean, at the end of this, we crowned the first ever Fortnite World Cup Creative Champions. They are creative world champions. The idea of that in itself is insane to me.
Yeah.
Insane.
And it's true, too, because how many countries were here? Like, more than
over these 32 players, there was 19 different countries represented across all 8 teams.
That is a World Cup. That is awesome. It's really cool to see. And again, I'm just holding my breath because it could even be the Little Whip Warriors, right? Remember them in the Junkyard Juke? They came out on top. They had great guard performances. They had great runs, the props, the timing that they had. Everything matters. And when you look back at it and you're really reflecting, all those single props, the timing that Ninja had when he got into those last couple of seconds, remember? Because it was Ninja and Taldak who ended up getting those props at the last couple. It was literally 20 seconds to go in the map. And they clutch up and make sure that their lead is solidified between first and second.
Yeah, I mean, this seriously could go any way. And we're getting closer and closer to finding out who that is, who will ultimately take home that golden llama and be the Fortnite World Champions of Creative. I mean, we hope you guys here in the stadium are enjoying all the action. I know it's tense. I know. I'm right there with you. My heart is racing. I'm tense too. I feel it. Trust me. And I know for sure these guys on the stage are feeling the exact same way, okay? And now we're getting closer.
They're feeling so tense. Just ridiculously tense.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. If I'm them, I'm literally just, my heart is beating. I don't know what to do. Twiddling my thumbs. I'm doing that right now with my pen. I'm not even playing.
All right. We have calculated the final standings. The votes have been tallied, and the winner of the Golden Games and the overall winner of the Fortnite Creative World Championship is the Fish Fam! Scissors, the grandfather of the Death of Creative itself has come through. Zan put the entire team on his back and said these coins are nothing. We will claim the Coca-Cola and we will claim the $1 million prize pool.
Iconic that this team, Scissors, the first World Cup trial that was put out. These 3 guys were the first qualified players to come through. Zan clutching up in the final moments. Suzu just getting the first record on that map, on the world run, and for it to be in that style. And then, of course, Tyler, we can't forget him. we see them celebrate together. There's the Golden Llama. And remember, that's a $1 million prize bonus.
That's right. They're splitting it 4 ways. Absolutely massive. But just like you said, I want to just echo this again. Mad props to the entire team. It was not just one person that carried. It was a team effort. And Zan there in that last moment came in clutch. Scissors tearing through all of the traps that needed to be. Tyler back in the prop hunt. Needed to just find those shots left and right. Suzu being the first, hitting that massive timer of 5:25. The Fish Fam come out on top, and here is just another breakdown. That Golden Llama being the tiebreakers, and Funky Fighters, let's not forget, they were so close. If they had picked up a win there, that might have been enough to put them over the edge. But again, every single team here showed up. 19 different countries represented, over 8 teams through 8 weeks of qualifiers, Bala. And it's all culminated right here in this moment.
And I have to just see the top 4 and the top 5 really, because Chicken Champions with the Silver Llama, that was pretty much what everybody was calculating. That's why it took so, I mean, that was close. That was so close, within $30,000 between second and third, and that's how, of course, you do earn that line depending on which set, but all that pricing cumulative. So there you have it. Creative World Champions is done. And it's not even,
This is only half, by the way. This is day 1, and we're halfway through the show. We still have Pro-Am. Oh, by the way, we still have duos tomorrow on Saturday. Oh, by the way, we also have solos on Sunday. Yeah, are you already exhausted? Me too. Me too. What an unbelievable day.
It's going to be a great weekend. I can't wait to see what was ahead. And already this day has started off fantastic with this creative action. I was expecting amazing things, and we got it.
That's right, man. Well, of course, we need to crown them the creative champions. So that's enough from us on the desk. Let's actually send it down to Golden Boy to crown ourselves some champions.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. What a grueling run this was, but we have finally come down to it. And we have crowned our champions, but we got to make it official, baby. And there's only one way to do that, and it's right here in the winner's circle. So why don't everyone here at Art Stadium, let's welcome to the stage the Fish Fam! Congratulations, guys. One more time. Give it up for the Fish Fam! Gentlemen, those trophies right there, they're yours. Lift them up for the crowd here to see. Wow. All right. I got to talk to this guy right here. My man, you are known as, and everything's, all the llamas getting all over the place here. You're known as the granddaddy of the death run. For you to be able to win this competition off of the thing that you made your name off of, that must have felt incredible.
It's amazing, man. I came up with the Death Runner, tried to bring it to Fortnite. These guys support it and love it and so good at it. So I'm just glad they were on my team.
Hey, man, I respect that, you know what I mean? Because obviously this is something that is a long time coming for you. But I got to talk to you, my man, because I want you realize that one jump won this group here an extra $1 million. So you got yourself $1 million off the jump. How does that feel today, my man?
I can't describe it. It's unreal. Like, I don't know what to say, to be honest.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with the money?
Probably, I don't know. I didn't plan for this.
Responsible. He's gonna be responsible with it, right? That's what we're gonna go for, right?
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. All right, well, guys, Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations once again. Your winners and Creative World Champions, the Fish Fam!
Fortnite World Cup Finals.
It's time to play some Fortnite. One more goes over and that's it. While the Record Co. takes the first match. 1,000 Gotaga in Raven's Revenge. That's it. His feet touch the ground. The impulse doesn't go off. Tamoya takes it for the Funky Fighters.
We are very close.
Yeah, don't.
The Chicken Champions have done enough to round out the final match.
Barely missed there. Finally hits the bouncer and he's gone. There it is.
Oh, he's holding a trophy. Fish Stick is walking out with the silver llama. Let them hear you right now. Let's hear it for all these teams. The Cuddle Crew is keeping up and keeping it very close. They're keeping it very close. Lin, come on, you have to go. Oh, he hit that person from the blind. Wait, it's okay. He used the rock.
The recovery.
Right, they knew about it.
Gets the coin.
No! This coin right down here. If he can do this without being eliminated.
There it is. The win. Oh, he missed it, but gets it with the trap trigger. The Fish Fam.
Hey guys, I'm Falcon from South Bay, California. My city is called Redondo Beach.
Hello, my name is Arthur and I'm from California. I'm really excited to come here because the Fortnite World Cup is a great opportunity to show like you have all the best players around the world, so I want to see if I can prove myself to be the best or not. I think our competition is probably the biggest one is probably ourselves.
Yeah, other than that, probably Cease and Elevate.
Yeah.
They're really good.
Yeah, they're pretty nuts.
Yeah. I think the biggest moment I had was finding Arkham as a duo partner, actually. It wasn't anything that really happened in-game. I went through a rough patch. I didn't have a duo. I ended up like not working out with my previous duo, and I was kind of nervous because World Cup was coming up, and I ended up finding Arkham, and we played a few games, and we knew it was clicking, so.
Oh,
holy.
Alright, I would just like to thank my family and friends for supporting me all the time.
I really want to shout out the boys back home. Thank you so much for all the support. My family too, especially. And we're really excited to be here at the Fortnite World Cup.
Hey guys, it's Kitty Plays, and I'm in the player lounge right now. I want to know, if these guys could describe Fortnite in 3 words, what would it be? For me, it's cool dancing.
Sweaty, fun, and colorful.
I feel like the most common one from me and my friends when we play Fortnite is he's one shot. So, yes, and he's never one shot. It's, yeah.
That's perfect.
Wild, creative, and fun.
Those are some good words.
Unique, challenging, and creative. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing.
Clapping bots, bro.
I appreciate that one. Yeah. If you could describe Fortnite in 3 words, what would it be?
Super hyper entertainment. Yeah.
I like that.
Run, build, push.
I don't know. Fingers crossed, man. That's my 3 words. Fingers crossed, man. Yeah.
My name is Aiden. I'm from Ohio, and I'm a professional Fortnite player for Ghost.
My name is Sean from British Columbia, Canada, and I'm also a professional player for Ghost.
We have to organize the teams properly, and my job specifically is to make sure we're covering the action that we really want to see.
Makes sense. Huge fan experience that you are essentially having to capture with all of these screens here. It can get a little bit hectic here, I've heard. How do you guys get calm?
Yeah, really, we're just a huge team atmosphere here. Like, we have fun. It's kind of just, you know, like any old sports team, really. Like, we're all best friends. We hang out after. We have fun on the way out here. We have fun when we're here, and it's always a good atmosphere in here. People come here to relax. It's the island.
Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to talk to me about this. Fortnite is all about fun first and foremost. So while you guys are out here in the crowd at home watching the World Cup this weekend, you have Techo to thank for all of those awesome observer shots.
Hi, I'm Kat and I'm from Australia. I think Salty is definitely by far my favorite drop spot since there's a lot of loot and it's central of the map, so it's easy to rotate. Right now my biggest competition is definitely my duo partner Soz. He's also competing in the Soz competition. Wow, it's it's definitely heavy, but yeah. Wow, it actually looks really cool. Can't wait to see you at the Fortnite World Cup.
I'm Lachlan. I'm here in New York for the Creative World Cup and the Fortnite Pro-Am. The Creative World Cup is a lot of fun and actually very excited for the Fortnite Pro-Am with Liam McIntyre. So I actually met Liam at the Pro-Am last year. He was Muselk's partner. Super cool dude, down to play some games. Looking forward to it. We haven't had any time in to play together yet, but I think it'll be fun. So the charity I've chosen is the Logan Pediatric Hospital. And this is like a local hospital back home in Queensland where I'm from. My brother broke both his arms, had to spend like 2 weeks there back in the day, so just trying to get back to the local area. My favorite weapon right now in the current meta, probably leaning towards the combat shotgun or the pump. I switch between both of those. Probably going to lean more towards the combat for the Pro-Am, but with the recent nerf, maybe the pump. I'll see. It depends if I'm taking long range or close range fights. Probably more long range because I'm playing a bit more safe today. So for the last Pro-Am in LA, I actually dressed up as my codename Elf skin. Unfortunately this time, won't be looking as cool. I got a nice little kit for my whole team. We got all of our flags on one side from each country that we're from, and of course the Creative World Cup logo and our names on the back. Because you know what they say, you look good, you play great.
What's going on, guys? Jordan Fisher here with Ewok, Sundown and Zeke, and Ewok and I want to show you guys some ASL that we use to communicate with maybe where we're dropping, certain things that need to happen late game in competitive situations. Are you guys cool to learn some of that with us? You guys can try this at home as well, maybe if you're in the stadium here. So it's very important, obviously, to be able to call out where it is that you are going, maybe where you're going to drop, right? You want to talk about it a little bit beforehand. It's very important. It's really simple, actually. You're going to have the letter that you, like the beginning of it, maybe it's Salty Springs, right? You're just going to have an S and then show what it is on the other side, right?
Gotcha.
See, there's a handful of them. You can do Lucky Landing, right? You do Paradise Palms.
Paradise Palms.
Those are some general POIs, right, that are very important. Some late game tips, right? Maybe you need to tell somebody, okay, tunnel.
Tunneling, gotcha. So you like make a tunnel.
You
with your
literally
hands.
just make a tunnel with your hands. It's that simple. It's right here, right? This last one is interesting. I don't really know how to explain it per se, but we're just gonna show you, and it's this right here.
So that looks like a Neo tilted.
No, so he said it was situational, so it can't be Neo tilted. Look, can you show us one more time?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It's this right here.
So it definitely, that to me looks like high ground retake, because it's like he's going up and then they're able to get it and then they're good, so they start shooting. It's definitely a high ground retake. So now you guys know how we say high ground retake. I mean, thank you so much for teaching us the ASL.
It's our pleasure. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Jonesies, Bonesies, and everyone in between, welcome back. We are now into the Pro-Am pre-show. In just a little bit, you are going to see 100 of the top Fortnite players and celebrities battling it out on the Battle Royale Island. My name is Sundown, joined here by Bala TW. Bala, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing amazing. Literally, we couldn't have a better ending to the Creative Finals. And to top it all off, we get to go right into the Pro-Am. We paired a lot of our favorite Fortnite personalities with a celebrity figure, and it's, as it proves to be many times, it's going to be awesome again.
It's a lot of fun. We've seen a ton of great gameplay coming out of the summer block party back in LA, and we're excited to do it again. And there's actually some pairs here who have played before. We'll get into that a little bit later, but excited to be here and excited to see these guys take the stage and also to get BR kicked off. But let's talk a little bit about what we saw in the creative final. I think it's almost poetic that Scissors was able to take it away on the last world run. His team, known for the death runs, known for being one of the first major pioneers of creative as a whole. It was a game mode people hadn't got, and it took the Fortnite world by storm. And to see them clutch up in the Golden Games in the final moment, and it was the team decision too. We got to listen to the comms.
Yeah. Iconic. That's basically all you can say about that. The first to even have their creative trials to qualify in, and then, of course, the first 3 players to qualify for the Creative World Cup. So that's all I can say. Iconic. That's it.
It's like it has to be, and you know they're celebrating after the fact that Fish Fam able to get out there and do it. And it was kind of a come from behind because they were there. They're relatively consistent over the course of it, but they really caught up to the speed. And for me, that's largely about what Fortnite and creative in particular for this final was about. How quickly can you adapt to what's going on around you, and how are you able to work with your teammates to maximize your potential? Fish Fam able to do that. Congratulations to all of you guys. It was a pleasure to watch that, and also just the fact that they beat the world run
We spent weeks testing it. Before that moment, there had been 3 people, period, who had ever finished it. And we watched them absolutely destroy the course.
The second try they even attempted, and they completed it faster than they even did in the next one. So just unbelievable performance. And it's got to be also the rest of those guys who played in creative, unbelievable there. But it's not over here. We've got the Pro-Am coming up. We're here at the Fan Festival. People are hanging out. People are having a good time.
People are hanging out, having a good time, and filtering inside as well. The players are getting ready. We're almost to the point where we're ready to go, but we still need to talk about what's up for grabs here in the Pro-Am. $3 million on the line, but per usual, all going to charity for a good cause, for some fun. Actually got to go up to the Players Lounge, talk to some of the guys, and they're incredibly happy to just be here, meet the other players, have the positive interactions all around gaming. It's about those shared experiences, getting out there with your friends, interacting, having the time, whether it's on VR, in real life, whatever you need to do. That's what video games are all about.
Yep, that's what it is all about. And I've seen actually a number of World Cup qualified players who are going to be playing tomorrow and on Sunday, just hanging around, doing some, fan meets, doing some signings, all sorts of stuff, and just overall having a good time watching the games, playing in the Fan Festival.
I mean, you need to get used to this environment. If you haven't been down here, if you have a ticket, come on down, come hang out, check those out, because there is so much going on, so many people to talk to. The players are around here, we're hanging out. And also, don't forget, if you're at home, you can tune in and join the fun. You can use the hashtag Fortnite World Cup. You can go to Fortnite.com/watch. There is so many ways for you to get involved and just be a part of this. This entire thing is a spectacle. It's more than just the Battle Royale and the stuff that's playing, and it's about these players and celebrating the awesome stuff that they do.
The interactions, whether online or in person, are amazing. I haven't yet gotten a chance to take a look at that hashtag after that Creative World Cup, after Sand hit that jump. I can't wait to do it later, go back in time on Twitter and see what the reaction was.
Well, just see, because during one of the tests, we had like a relatively similar moment. The entire stadium was empty, and I thought I was about to pass out. Like, I hit the castle jump, and I literally stood up, and I was like, I don't know what to do with my hands. Like, I'm good. This is the most amazing moment. So then to watch Sand have that moment, have his team surround him, and know that you lifted yourself above in what was literally their last chance. That decided it. If you don't take that home right there, you don't get the golden lobby. You don't have the thing you need to then be the first ever creative world champion. And that moment is just the start to an amazing weekend. We're going to have so many more little moments like that that will define people's gaming careers, or maybe it'll just be the kickstart of it.
Yeah, it will be the kickstart of it. I'm pretty sure for a lot of these guys, it's going to be the kickstart. It started off in the Fortnite World Cup all the way back in April. They played for 10 weeks. They competed. Program's going to be a little bit of a preview of that. It's going to be amazing. All the preparation, all the hard work, all the friendships, and the heartbreaks, everything. It's going to be so cool to watch.
And one thing I'm particularly excited about with the Pro-Ams is seeing the evolution of just kind of, I don't want to say the casual game, but these guys really kind of press it. You've seen every single time somebody is bringing something new, whether it's the professional players or the celebs who are coming. I mean, just Joey Bosa last time was doing this like reverse ramp top rotation, and it was gorgeous. But the players are ready and out on the stage, so enough from us. We are going to kick off the Celebrity Pro-Am with a pair you probably saw before. It is Robert Abisi and Ghost Aiden. Robert now being one half of the electronic duo known as Lost Kings. You know them from their songs Bad and You. And before they were famous, their first paid gig was in a bowling alley. Him and Aiden competed last time in the Pro-Am, and we're one interaction short of taking home that top spot.
Yeah, they came in second, lost only by 4 points in a 1v1 that went Symphony's way. Aiden against Symphony, what a memorable moment from that Pro-Am.
And Aiden is also one of 2 controller players who has qualified for the duo portion of the Fortnite World Cup. And now on to our next duo, Mario Hezgonza and Nick Merckx. Mario, of course, being the professional shooting guard for the Portland Trail Blazers. He is also representing Croatia on their national team. And then Nick Merckx, all about the M-Fam rep in there. Had a fantastic barbecue last week. Definitely recommend you check that out. Did some awesome stuff for his community, and he's excited to be here. Originally competed in Gears of War, made his name through streaming, and now has a very thriving community.
Yeah, Mario Hezgonza on the Portland Trail Blazers. He hails out of Croatia. We're going to go ahead and continue on inside the Arthur Ashe Stadium. We have Nick Shanholtz and Ghost Sean. Nick Shanholtz being the other half of the Lost Kings duo, of his brother being Robert Abisi. And of course, they're best known for tons of awesome remixes by Imagine Dragons, Vance Joy. And then standing next to him, there is Sean, the Fortnite pro, who's, you know, competing with Aiden. You talked about it.
Yeah, he was one of the first original young lords coming out of North America. The Canadian player, so incredibly strong and gifted and known for intelligent decision-making at all points in the game. If you're able to eliminate him, congratulations, because not a whole lot of people are able to do that.
Yeah. We're going to continue on again. It's going to be this time somebody that we all know. It's Nav and Tfue.
And you can see them excited to be here. Don't know how much of an introduction these two need. Nav, the Canadian rapper, singer, songwriter, and record producer, and then Tfue. I mean, come on. Won TwitchCon, qualified week 3 of the solo competition in first place. You watch him all the time because he streamed all of those games, no delay, live, saying, bring on the world, nothing is stopping me, and he is here to upset the status quo at the Pro-Am. He wants a title.
Wants a title. We're going to go ahead and listen to see if they're prepared to take that. Let's listen in.
Okay, Nav, do you have any messages for your opponents today?
Just don't be surprised if I box you and trap kill you or something. So yeah, and I think we'll be pretty high up in the rankings.
All right, get it.
Did you expect anything but confidence from that duo? Nav has been in there with the scrims. Now on to the next one. We have some more veterans here. Whit Lowry and Cloaksy. This is now actually Whit's third time competing on the Pro-Am stage. Him and Cloaksy have been there. Whit is ready to play. He's excited to be here. Best known as the American rapper. Before he got into music, he was a big fan of graphic design. He got his name coming out from Witty, but he wants a victory on the stage. And I mean, what more do you need to know about Cloaksy?
Yeah, Cloaksy wants one too. He was at the summer block party, didn't manage to break top 20, but this time, who knows? He won the TwitchCon fall skirmish with Tfue. He's experienced. He's played in plenty of skirmishes. He's played in Pro-Ams before, so we'll see what he can bring out today.
And he's used to playing on the main stage. And on to our next duo, we have Ashley Rickards in Exile. Ashley, best known as the actress for her roles on One Tree Hill and Awkward. She also rides and trains horses and works with a pet therapy program that helps special needs children and the elderly. That is the best back I've heard. Big fan of that as well. And Exile, one of the famous Russian Fortnite streamers. He's a big fan, wanted to be on the stage, wants to compete among the best of the best. And honestly, he looks ready, busting out the floss emote right there.
He looks ready. We'll see if he is ready when he takes the stage and gets ready to compete. And now it's time to hear from them, of course, from Ashley Rickards. Let's listen to see what she had to say ahead of the competition.
All right, Ashley, do you have any words for your opponents today?
I'm coming for you, and if I'm not, I'm hiding from you. But I'm coming for you first, so watch it. But not too hard. If you cannot see me coming, that'd be amazing.
That doesn't seem like indecisiveness. That seems like a solid plan. Hide or go for them. We're going to go continue inside the stadium. We have a duo that I think a lot of people are going to be excited for. We're going to start with Sagala and Dr. Lupo.
And I mean, what more can you say about these pairs? Dr. Lupo, of course, you know him, one of Time's top 25 most influential people on the internet. Let's see if he can be influential in this game. Sagala, the English DJ, record producer, and remixer from Norwich, Norfolk. He's had 6 singles charts in the top 10 on the UK singles. That's incredibly impressive. They want to have a positive showing here. Lupo, you know, after the last promo, he's got a little bit of a chip on his back. He wants to show up and outplay the rest of them show. He's not too old to hang with the best of these kids.
That he is not. We'll see if he can perform. I've been playing all sorts of games with him this week. He's ready to play. We're going to continue forward with Dante Basco and Tim the Tatman.
And I mean, Dante Basco or Rufio. You also might know him as Prince Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender. And then Tim the Tatman, one half of the Girthquake, has been there forever, all about the Twitch stream involving his community, the Tapman Army. They're about it. And when you see him on the stage, like, I wouldn't want to run into that duo, whether it's in a back alley or in the kitchen. They look scary.
I wouldn't want to, but when I see that picture of Tim, I just have to say that is so adorable.
I mean, you look like he's got the hands out there, 72 hours pose, ready to fight, and then just the most adorable, friendly smile. Like, I just wanted to give him a hug. But now we're going to go on to the next pair. We have John Ha and Wade CN. Wade being the Fortnite streamer all the way from China. He says the flint-knock is how he is able to capitalize on the island. John Wan is a dancer and choreographer to the dance group, the Kinjaz. He makes appearances on World of Dance and the Dance Arena competition, and sometimes he even teaches dance at their dojo.
So we'll see if the Chinese competition out of Wade is going to step up. We're going to get a taste of that also in the World Cup tomorrow. But here in Pro-Am, we'll see if they can compete, see if they can hang.
And I'm all about the flint-knock plays, man. If you're bringing that out and you're going at people, I've seen some ridiculous clips that he's pulled out with it, but some more players who are capable of ridiculous clips, whether it's on the basketball court or on the Fortnite island. It is Aaron Gordon and Ali A. Ali A being one of the original Fortnite content creators. In July of 2015, he was awarded 2 Guinness World Records for his gaming channel. And then Aaron Gordon, the American professional basketball player for the
Sí.
Profesor, ¿qué probabilidades tenemos de salir con vida del nuevo?
En estos momentos yo diría que... Cero. Menos de un 50%. Pues entonces yo voy a aprovechar para decir una cosilla. Bueno, no lo voy a decir yo, pero como si no fuera. Por la falta de tus labios, lloré por primera vez y maldije conocerte por no dejar de quererte. Yo mi esposa quise hacerte, sin amor busqué la suerte, fui tirando de pistola y el destino trajo muerte. María, mi vida, mi amor.
He was not successful, just to let you know. But on to our next duo. Alexander is the Japanese Peruvian actor and model who has so many names that are amazing, but the last of which is Diablo. And then you have Vodka, the Japanese YouTube personality, whose skill level, he says, is as good as some of the best pros around the world. He says sometimes he has a bad mouth, but a gentle heart. It's okay, we'll help you fix up that filter here with a family-friendly audience, but they look excited to be here. And look at those shades on Alexander.
Yeah, those are stylish. I wonder if he can see inside there. We're going to continue forward. The Japanese players, it's Eli and Nekukun. Eli, who joined us at the last Pro-Am, he's a Japanese dancer and performer for Japan's #1 boy band, Sandaime J Soul Brothers.
Yes, and he also has a solo rap project where he goes by the name of Crazy Boy. So let's see if he can get crazy on him today. And then Nekukun is his partner, the Japanese Fortnite streamer, who is pumped to be here, excited to take it on. Let's hear what Eli had to say before the competition.
All right, Eli, do you have any message for your opponents today?
Okay. I'm from Tokyo. Watch out for Crazy Boy. Sayonara. Bang.
Like we said, got to watch out for the Crazy Boy. He's on a mission, wants to make it happen. Now our next pair is Claire Grant and Jacob. Claire Grant is the American actress, model, and producer who co-founded Team Unicorn, which has made a web series and music video parodies, including Geek and Gamer Girls and All About That Bass. Fun fact, she says her burps have been known to rattle windows. Hey, we got that in common. And then Jacob is a YouTube personality all the way from Poland, here to play some Fortnite, tear up the stage, and he says he wants to win some money for charity, but he's also just looking to have a good time.
And that he will have for sure. I'm absolutely amazed by that. We're going to continue forward. It's Business Boy and Frizz. Frizz, another Polish streamer who, you know, he enjoys Fortnite. He and his, look at that pink hair. It's awesome. His girlfriend has some as well, so awesome duo there. We'll see if this duo of Business Boy and Frizz can do anything on the stage. Business Boy, the music producer who has worked with artists like Lil Nas X, Party Next Door. He's extremely athletic, as you can tell. We'll see if he can do anything with that athleticism on the stage.
Yes, and he has been called the basketball Dre before, and now just after them, we have Symphony and Vinny Pergola. Vinny Pergola being one half of the Phantoms duo, who's competing in it. He was also an actor turned DJ. You might recognize him from shows like Master Raven, the Bernie Mac Show, and the Misbehaved. Now, Symphony is looking fantastic today. Definitely shout out to John, all about the stream, the content, and the fast and it's originally known as the best editor in the West. He pioneered some of those quick resets and goes, making people look foolish.
Yeah, still did it through the entire time in the silver skirmish. It continued through. Kyle Catlin from the Panthers as well. And you heard Sundown say his brother was a teen actor. He was also a teen actor.
extremado de violencia, toma un terrorista firme, vulnerando sus derechos. ¿Quieres que un inocente siempre valdrá más que la terrorista?
Confirmado, por tanto,
She has been best known for, well, her most recently, her single piece, her album, Run, in so many amazing things. She sings, plays the cello, and is also just a genuine human being. Likes to stress that it's all about positive mental health and being there for the other person. Loser Fruit, a very popular Australian streamer, part of the Click House, which includes multiple of Australian content creators, and she was the first Australian Twitch streamer to hit 1 million followers in fun fact. She can do a perfect cartwheel.
That's amazing for Loser Fruit there. On the floor still, they're going to grace us with their presence. It's Desmond Chiam and Mr. Fresh Asian. And we have a lot to say about Mr. Fresh Asian because he's somebody that participated in almost all the World Cup qualifiers and had just a fun time doing it and really plays highly in some of them too.
Yes, and he was streaming it the entire time. Got a chance to talk with Desmond last night, the actor, writer, known for the Shannara Chronicles, Magic Camp in NCIS, Los Angeles. He also breakdances under the alias B-Boy Desmond. And back in the day, he used to min-max on EverQuest. We talked about min-maxing earlier in
Whoa.
Excuse me?
Let's introduce your new champions at the end of the day. I am WWE superstar Xavier Woods.
And I am YouTube sensation Chris Danker, a.k.a. Chris Danger, a.k.a. Dank Ops.
I have a YouTube channel called Up, Up, Down, Down, and we're almost at 2 million subscribers, so I'd appreciate if everyone watching would subscribe right now. Thank you very much.
And a long time ago, I was on America's Got Talent, and I didn't win, and I'm still salty about it.
I am a 6-time and current reigning WWE World Tag Team Champion!
And not even 3 hours ago, I bought this title at Walmart.
Now, the teams that you're going to see here today all have one celebrity and one professional gamer.
Oh, but not us, baby boy. No.
What you're looking at is not one but 2 celebrities.
2.
And not one but 2 professional gamers.
2.
And that is the advantage that we are going to use in order to run wild through our competition.
And at the end of the day, you are looking at the 2019 Fortnite World Cup Pro-Am Champions. Now hit our music. Oh, you ain't got music for us?